Alright. Hello everybody, welcome to Dire Roll Fire and Blade. I am your Dungeon Master, Jakin. You may notice that today we're joined by the new official art of Askew, because
Nice.
less than an hour before we started, Vaklo succumbed to a snowstorm and lost power. If he gets it back, he'll be joining us. Otherwise, we are once again joined by my friend who goes by New Guy, who is playing
Hello.
Viral. And we have Drosan and Caddy. And they are going to, we're going to dive back into things. So, where we last left off, the party is in the Illusionary Sanctum, a hidden gnomish sanctum in the Recluse, where the illusionists of the forest gnomes practice their trade, and it's also a place of refuge in times of crisis. And Caddy's uncle, Balderdash, sheltered many gnomes inside, and then sent out an illusionary message to Caddy. But the message ran out of batteries and wasn't able to finish it, so they have been forced to bludgeon through the sanctum's defenses.
That's about the only way we know how to solve puzzles.
They had to bypass hallucinatory terrain, phantasmal forces, hypnotic patterns, invisible constructs, and there was one where they had to change their shape or disguise themselves in some way. And now, we left off, they are in a room with oozes, with colorful lights dancing about. And that means we are going to start with combat. So, let's get everybody to the game screen. And let's roll some initiative. And while they're rolling initiative, if I sound a little nasally, it's because I've had really horrible allergies since Wednesday. I'm on some really powerful medication. I'm on a cocktail of, I'm about 20% medication by volume right now. So if I sound a little nasally, that's why. And if you hear excessive amounts of crying in the background, it's because both my kids aren't feeling well either. So bear with us. We should have fun either way. And yeah. All right. Well, I'm just gonna add one turn here for them.
Oh, hey, big roller.
What is about dwarves and terrible AC? I've noticed that trend throughout 5th edition.
So, Jakin, just a quick reminder, we hadn't done anything or tried anything with this room, so we don't know what that glitter is, and that's pretty much it.
That is correct.
Oh, dear lord, I didn't want to have IS initiative, because we're all just gonna walk inside there and probably get this, so we'll see. It's gonna be fun.
I'm going to NPC Vaklo for this encounter.
I mean, Viral could just hang back and try and figure stuff out, or wait for more smart people to go ahead, but...
You don't know overall very...
And Vaklo,
No, I really don't.
The only way to stop Viral is to stay Viral. Stop. If you don't, he's just gonna be like... Whoa.
well, since Vaklo got initiative, I'll let you guys a rare, brief moment of pre-battle stratagem so that I don't screw you guys up with the NPC action. What is your kind of your modus operandi going into this encounter? Because these oozes are getting ready to attack.
And this sparkling colors that are in the room, are they like coming from the ruins on the floor, or is that just part of the emotive to denote where the colors are?
No, can you not see all that purple? Or is that...
Yeah, I can see purple, blues, and then I can see like gold shapes. I just want to know if the gold shapes are actually on the ground.
Okay, the gold shapes are, yeah, that's work on the marble floor.
Okay.
The blue shape is like the runes you've seen before.
Okay.
On the floor, and these purple sparkles fill the room, ceiling to floor.
Okay. We could always try to kite the creatures to maybe not fight them in the funky lights.
That would probably be, at the moment, the best decision.
It would also limit them to only being able to attack us 2 at a time, maybe. Knock on wood.
4 range attack.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want Backlow to hold it back?
Yeah, maybe let's just take a moment to see what they do.
Okay, I will have him ready in action. He's going to swing Spirit Reaver to first ooze that gets too close. Viral, you're up.
Since I'm already next to him, and our plan was clear that we're gonna wait for them to come over, Viral's gonna do the same thing, so he's gonna ready his action and swing his battle axe whenever something comes.
Okay. The oozes. The lead two kind of amorphously scoot towards you and then stop. And they all seem to be kind of like rising off the floor and hovering. I mean, they're not hovering off the ground, but they're just holding place. And they are also seem to be waiting for you to make a move. Okay, Caddy, you're up.
Let's see. They just look like goop. They're not a specific color.
They are gray. They look like sludge, like just some kind of carbon matter sludge.
Yeah. I don't have anything super good for this, you guys. They haven't done anything to us. I just don't want to attack them if they're not mean. So I'm gonna probably just ready a ranged attack. But also I'm gonna say like out loud, like, they don't seem to be doing anything, y'all. And that's it for me.
Alright, Josan.
All right. He is going to see everyone kind of holding back, and the oozes or maybe the colored lights have been distracting to him, and that's why he is going last. He's just been lost in the beauty. He says, like, "Oh, all right, okay, very nice lights here." Just, and then he kind of snaps out of it and realizes, "Oh, this might be a threat." So he is going to get down on one knee and start to pull out some charcoal from his pocket and begin to write these runes on the ground around him in a circle, while muttering some words in Druidic, and the runes of charcoal then glow, and in front of both Vaklo and Viral, 2 dire wolves. Not dire wolves, sorry. Actually, it might be dire wolves. Let me just double check. Yep, they are dire wolves. So one's going to be right in front of him, and then the other one's going to be like in the sparkly lights, as he is going to conjure some animals.
New guy, are you in chat?
In Twitch, no, I closed.
Okay.
Do I need to come back?
No, I just wanted to shout out the... I'll do it. Because I don't know if any of my mods are on right now. All done. Vegas, thanks for the host. Conjure animals. Okay. Dire wolves. They're medium-sized?
They are large, and they are of challenge rating 1, so I get to summon 2 of them.
Okay. Let me go fish them out. That's good. Where do you want to summon them?
One's gonna be like immediately in front of them, so just outside the glyphs, and then the next one's gonna be inside the glyphs.
Okay, let me get their hit points down real quick. Unless you have it right in front of you, that'd be great.
I do have it right in front of me.
No, so do I.
Okay.
37.
Yep.
And then an AC of
14.
Okay. Oh, I also need to give them controlled by. Alright, so right here.
And then the one is going to be right behind it, in between.
You can move them, so like.
Okay, so pretty much like this.
Right on top of each other?
Oh, well, right in front of each other. I don't know if they are on top of each other on your screen, but.
Do they move on your screen?
Yeah,
Is that correct? One here.
As.
One here.
Yep, yeah, we're good.
Okay. Got it. Alright. Direwolves have been summoned. Alright.
And you hear after they appear, Voral say, I want one.
Well, I mean, they're not going to stay for long, but I mean, after it, I mean, certainly we could find one, I guess, and then if you befriend it, I mean, you could have one.
Okay. At initiative 20, I'm going to add a layer
No,
action.
don't add.
Add a layer
enough.
turn order. And
We don't need more.
the sparkling lights all begin to flash different colors, and the area is blanketed in a spell. So I need to roll. Okay, the dire wolves got a 6. Alright, so that is 46 hit points worth of spell stuff. Starting with the creature. Well, there's only one creature in the affected zone that isn't one of the oozes. This dire wolf in front is blinded by the lights.
Blinded by the light.
And will be blinded until the layer's next action.
Does it make some sort of, like... Do we know that it's blinded, or is it, like...
I'm sure that, yeah, the lights flash and the dire wolf just kind of, like, starts blinking like someone had their flash on in a dark room.
Yep.
Okay, and Vaclo's up. He's going to look to the others for guidance.
Well, it seems that the ruins are making flashy lights, so maybe not go in there, so I don't know what we want to do here.
Or close your eyes if you do.
At what square do the lights technically start up?
It's a fair question. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that whole area filled with the lights. Okay. Well, unless you guys are okay with Vaclo running in, he's gonna just keep holding position. Holding position?
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
they
cool with
don't.
him running in, too, but...
Okay, in that case, that's what he's gonna do.
Well, let's take a vote as a group. This is a democracy. Does everyone...
Well, Voral is itching, but he saw what the room does, so... And he does not quite understand magic, but he figures it's probably gonna happen again. That wouldn't... So...
Well,
He
the
wants
lights
to
did not
fight.
dissipate.
Yeah, so he wants to fight, but he doesn't really want to fight in there. He would rather fight here.
Wait, well, Vacla's got to make a decision, or else he's going to lose his turn. So
Hold an action, and
so that's one vote to hold, one vote to charge. Caddy?
I think Vacla would hold, is the thing.
Okay.
Because he doesn't like magic.
That's true. He's
But
holding.
he does also now have a sword potentially influencing his mind.
Yeah, the sword wants him to kill magical things. But Vaclo isn't going to walk into an obvious trap.
Okay. Verl.
I'm gonna do the same. Still hold for now. Let's see what happens. The wolves that in front and cry because I want one.
Two of the oozes are going to advance on either side of the blind dire wolf. Since he's blind, I believe they get advantage.
Yep.
So they need an 11 to hit. First attack is a hit. So the dire wolf is going to take 7 bludgeoning damage, followed by 4 acid damage.
Oof.
And then the next one's going to attack. Another hit for 6 bludgeoning damage and another 4 acid damage. And then another one's going to kind of scoot up. Actually, they're all going to kind of start scooting forward. Alright, and that's it. Caddy, you're up.
Cool. I'm gonna just shoot this ooze with an arrow and see what it does. $25 to hit.
Okay, your arrow flies to the air straight at one of the oozes, and as soon as it hits the boundary of where the lights end, it turns to bubbles.
Ugh. Fine. Just wasted an arrow.
That is correct.
Okay, I'm gonna. If a spell is instant, can I use it as like
Not as part of an attack action.
what? I
No.
know it's not as part of an attack action.
Okay.
I was just going to try and do something with minor illusion to see if I could distract them.
I think minor illusion is still a full action.
It says instant.
That's the speed at which it's cast, or the
yeah.
duration. The casting time, I believe, is 1 action. Minor illusion.
Cast time says instant. Duration says 1 minute.
Okay. Instant isn't an action type, so let's look it up.
Yeah.
It is an action.
Thank you.
Thank you. And yeah, I got nothing.
Okay, so you're gonna forego your last attack and just end your turn?
Could hunters mark them?
I mean, and do what to them?
Because the arrow just did nothing, right?
Yeah, the arrow turned to bubbles. Hunters marking them won't do anything for fighting them. Because of the sparkly lights. We could just have a powwow, since the wolves are kind of just a wall right now.
Alright, well, given that the wolves are despite being conjured animals, are in danger, I'm gonna go ahead and say wolves' turn.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe they defend them because he has no action to give him command. So
I think
Droll-
it's, you as the player, they're yours to control, so.
yeah, Droll will call out, Boto, respawn, get him, boys. And see if I can do this. Balto, who is blind, will kind of move forward a little. And let's see if this also blinds him.
Nothing happens when he steps into the area.
Sweet. I don't have... Oh, hold on. I don't have line of sight from my wolves, so is it possible for him to skirt up to be able to attack another one?
Yeah, I can give you line of sight on the wolves, but my last druid, who I played with Roll20, he said that started to lag his game, so your call.
Here, I'll just move my token.
That's fine.
No, that would be squeezing.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Excuse me,
well-
I'm sorry. Should have muted there.
Balto will attempt to attack one of the creatures that bit him, starting with maybe the one to the north. North, at least.
Being blinded, he has disadvantage.
Yep. So it's either a... Well, I'm pretty certain we're going to be taking that 8. No, we'll be taking that 6.
The 6 is a miss.
All right, so snapping at nothing or snapping to attack something, getting nothing. Yeah, that's it for the wolves. Because actually, Wishbone's gonna maybe defend himself, so take a defensive action.
Okay. Real talk though, as a 90s kid, I support your decision to name him Wishbone.
Hell yeah.
Balto and Wishbone are excellent names.
Alright. And that makes it the druid himself.
Well, he is going to start to cup his hands together and start to whisper/breathe into it before unveiling that fire flower and shooting it a la Mario. As I'm going to use Produce Flame. And I will attack this one right in front of him because it's the one I have line of sight on.
Alright, that's a cantrip, right?
Yes.
Okay. As the fireball a la Mario reaches the barrier of the lights, an arcane sigil manifests out of brilliant lights in front of it and just kind of absorbs it. Go ahead and make a quick, for free, Arcana check.
Okay, so unless I roll really well, this will probably be for naught.
Alright, you recognize that sigil from your studies, or at least your knowledge of other arcane arts, that that is the sign generally used for counterspell.
Well, seems that magic isn't going to work in here, so maybe we should run or just kind of charge in there. I don't understand. So,
And that's where he's going to end it.
Okay. On the layer action, Balto is no longer blinded. However, the lights once again flash into different colors. I should really copy this. And 37 plus 16, yes, both wolves are now blinded.
Fantastic.
Double checking that there's no save on that, it's just hit points. Yeah, okay. Alright, and Vaklo, seeing that you're at an impasse, I think at this point, are we in agreement that he would just shield forward? Thumbs up, let's do this. Alright, and that is what he shall do. He's gonna scooch past old Wishbone. Okay. He's gonna strike at this ooze. Did it roll? Oh, I didn't hit submit. Cool. The 12 is a hit. Okay. He sliced into the ooze, and then he's going to swing again. And at this level, why is it giving me? Oh, because he's got He's got maneuvers. Oh, I did his longsword +1. Spirit Reaver's a +2. So we're going to add 1 to that. So he did 12 damage, which is going to kill it. Alright. The first ooze kind of pops into non-animated matter. That was 5, 10, 15, 20. And then he's going to push forward to here. And with his bonus action, can these guys be knocked prone? They cannot. So he's going to shield bash fruitlessly. We're not even going to bother with the rolls. Alright, and that makes it Varal's turn.
That was
Well,
badass.
These things can be attacked and they can be destroyed. So overall, at this point, feels pretty confident he can do it as well. Okay, so what am I gonna do? Am I gonna rage? I don't have any reasons to rage yet. They don't look that tough. So I think I'm just gonna go in and attack. So 1, 2, 3. How many movement? I got 8, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna stop there. Let's make a passage. So let's kill this one, or at
This
least
one?
let's attempt to kill. Yeah, the one between me and Vac. Do I get disadvantage or anything? No, I don't think so. It's normal.
No. Alright, that is a fine hit. You cleave off a huge chunk of its mass, and it becomes dead matter. It kind of splats, almost like a blood splatter, but is completely gray and gooey.
In that case, I'll use my second attack on the same attack movement to attack.
That is a defunct ooze. I don't know how to quantify oozes, so I don't know how to call it a dead ooze.
And are the wolves sleep?
No, they're not asleep. I'm using that for blind.
Okay, well,
May
even though
not be
they're
the
blind,
The best
I'm still
choice.
gonna give them, like, I'm gonna open the path so that whenever they're not blind, they can keep moving.
Okay. Well, mechanically speaking, they have enough awareness so they can move. This isn't a very large space and it's indoors. They can locate targets. They just have disadvantage when they make the attack.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I
but I
mean-
mean, like, they wouldn't be able to stand there because I was there.
Right.
Like, you can't finish a move on top of me, so
Right,
I'm
right.
moving out of the way. Because they're quite big, holy bigger than a big horse.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, they're horse-sized wolves.
Yeah, because you see that on nature every single day, right?
Actually, the dire wolf used to exist, but is now extinct. Now the oozes get to slap people around. Alright, this ooze is going to try to blobulate upon our man Vaclo. And... Oh, I'm sorry. Before we do that, Viral,
Yes.
your sword, your axe,
Well,
sorry,
Yeah, my great.
it corrodes.
Oh, dear lord.
You need to add a -2 penalty to damage rolls.
Only damage?
Yes, only damage.
Okay, I'll add it to damage roll.
Okay, and then this one's going to globulate at Vaclo. Vaclo's got an AC of 20. He needs a 17 or higher to hit. That is a miss. And then these two are going to attack. Actually, one's going to attack you, Viral. The other one's going to attack Balto here. So first on Viral, your AC is 15, so they need a 12. That's a miss. This one has advantage. It needs an 11. That's a hit. So, Balto takes 2 bludgeoning and 10 acid. You're muted?
Yeah, I was just reacting to the amount of damage. I said, ouch.
Gotcha. Alright, and this ooze is going to attack Viral. Narrowly missing you. When it kind of globs onto your armor and it starts to sizzle, but you managed to pull away in time before it did any damage to you or your clothing. And unfortunately, it's Caddy's turn.
Don't tell me Varol will again end up naked if he gets...
Again, I don't think he's been naked this campaign.
Not this campaign, but he spent a whole lot of time
It's your
naked
turn,
in
Caddy.
the other.
Okay, I figured. And everyone's rushing in, so I'll follow and try to help. Oh. Here and ask him a question. This guy in front of me. Assuming I haven't been blinded.
You have not been blinded.
Yeah.
That is a hit for 6 damage. However, as your hand axe passes through the ooze, it begins to corrode. It suffers -1 damage permanently.
Okay. Where should I mark that?
On the damage, I think you on the roll you have the 1d6. You can just add a -1 to it.
Okay. That should work. But I'm gonna second attack anyway.
Okay. All right. Well, you connect with it, but it hits the blunted part of the of your axe. I don't think 5th edition needs to get this technical. You did 0 damage, but you technically dealt damage, so your weapon is going to corrode again.
Well, in 5th edition, you always deal at least 1 damage, even if it brings you below. The minimum is always 1.
Okay. That sounds fine to me.
Same with like gaining hit points. If you had a negative con, you always at least gain 1 hit point. It's kind of how they balance things out.
Okay. So your weapon will corrode again, and you did 1 damage to the ooze.
So it's now -2.
Yep. Okay. You done? Sound like a yes.
Yes.
Dire Wolves.
Well, Balto is going to try and bite this ooze thing that just corroded him, but this will be at disadvantage. So I'm just going to roll 2d20, and then I'll add 5 to whatever is the lower.
Cool. That is going to be a hit.
Huzzah! Now I actually get to look at damage. Ooh. That's supposed to be +3, not =3.
Alright, well, you got a 6, that's 9 damage.
Sweet.
And you got 0 successes.
Yep.
Alright, if this wolf were real, it would have a bad taste in its mouth.
I mean, it is technically real. It's a spirit creature.
Okay. But I don't think spirit creatures have taste. It's one of the things you lose when you're in the spirit world.
Oh, that's sad. But it's still up.
It is still up.
Okay. Yeah. Wishbone's going to take another defensive as it's it's not near anything that smells like food. So.
Okay. And that'll make it your turn.
All right. 20 gets me there, and then 25 gets me right there, and then this is probably going to suck, but Dro is going to begin rubbing his hands together vigorously, and then put his hands on the hind quarters or hind leg of Balto and say, "It's good, boy. Hope you feel better." And he's going to cast Cure Wounds at first level.
Okay.
Healing him for, unless it gets dispelled.
You are within the threshold of the lights. Your spell does not get dispelled. Or counterspelled, rather.
Huzzah! And then some of the corroded skin heals.
Okay. And is that you?
Yeah, that's my movement into action.
Alright. Once more, the lights flash brilliantly in different colors. And I think, yep, so our boy Balto's still blind. Which leaves 19 more hit points, which I think isn't going to affect anybody. Yeah. So no one else is blinded. Alright. Vaklo's turn. He's going to reave some spirits. I think, yeah, he just cleaves that ooze 2 to function. And then steps down and is going to try to go for 2. Oh, I'm sorry. No, both hit, but he just killed this guy. In my foggy, drug-addled brain, pharmaceuticals, I read his attack as his damage. I'm like, wow, 28 damage? He's so strong. So, that happened. Okay, so the second attack will kill the ooze. And then he will step down. And then it'll be Viral.
Yeah, Varal's not too keen in having his axe melted. It's already damaged. He has the other weapons, but he kind of wants to keep his great axe. Doesn't have the means to fix it if he destroys it on these things. What can he do? He can punch them, but even punching sounds like a bad idea. You don't really want to destroy your fist. He's not sure how this works. Maybe it's magical. Maybe. Damn, this is a hard choice. Well, he figures maybe if he kills them fast enough, the whole thing won't fucking melt away. So he's gonna rage. And he's also gonna reckless attack the one between Caddy and him.
Okay.
So I get advantage on all my attack rolls using strength this turn, but all attack rolls against me also have advantage until my... Keep that in mind if I get attacked.
I will.
So weapons, now the -2 is changed with my +2, so 0 total. Great axe. Attack, advantage.
Alright. Dead ooze. For sure this time.
Okay. And does my axe take damage, or is that
Yes.
after my... So now it's -1, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Which is a total of -3, but for the sake... No, not 1 minus, I said -1. And then for my second attack, part of the same attack action... I hit, but did nothing. And once more, my axe is basically melted away at -4 now.
Yep. You take this one?
Lord. Yeah, I attacked the one to my left.
Alright. Your axe is pretty much all but dissolved. You're basically wielding a stick with a sharp piece of metal running the top length of it.
Yeah, I'll just get another one after this.
'Kay.
Or craft another.
You done?
Sadly, yes.
Okay, the ooze's turn. This ooze is going to attempt to glob Vaklo. Missing. And this ooze is going to attempt to glob Viral. Hitting. So, Viral. First thing that happens is you take 7 bludgeoning damage, followed by 8 acid damage. Second thing that happens...
Oh, you said bludgeoning?
Yep.
It's half.
Okay, so you
I'm
take
raging.
3.
So 3 plus how much?
8, so 11 total.
Thank you.
And then your armor, its AC is reduced by 1.
I'm naked.
Really? It was just a AC 11?
Yeah, barbarians cannot wear armor. AC is Dex plus Con.
Alright,
barbar.
his hides, sparing his loincloth for the sake of our, for everyone involved.
Young viewers.
He has dissolved, leaving him, he's just a loincloth-clad, stick-wielding half-orc.
That's raging, so probably like has foam at the mouth.
And that makes it Caddy's turn.
Wow, that's not a great look for you, Viral. And she's gonna shoot an arrow into the distant.
If Viral had a little bit more wit, he would say something along, "Aren't you seduced?" But
He doesn't. Thank
No.
goodness.
Alright, it hits, it does some damage, but then it dissolves inside of the ooze.
Oh, a second arrow. Why so many arrows, y'all? Hello.
you have an armor made out of quivers. We have established that.
Yeah.
You're down to what, 94?
All right.
No,
Once
I'm down
again,
to-
your arrow removes some matter from the ooze, but then dissolves. The ooze is looking pretty reduced.
All right, I did what I could.
Okay. Dire wolves.
All right. So Balto will kind of start sniffing the air and move forward just a little bit, and then will attempt to bite the creature that is right in front of it with a. Does a 7 hit?
A 7? I thought you had a plus.
Yes.
Oh, right, because it's a 2. A 7 does not hit.
All right. Wishbone, though, can now see and also has room, is going to. That's 10, 15. They have a ridiculous speed. I'm just making sure
Oh, yeah,
I'm
they're-
counting this right.
They're scary carnivorous horses.
Yep. And will then attempt to bite the same one that his best friend Balto attempted to bite, although this time.
Carry on. Actually, Viral is not naked because the corrosion only works against metal armor, so it wouldn't affect your
Okay.
clothes.
Yay! I'm not naked. Are you seduced though?
I'm not. Sorry. Against this one, yeah? Obviously, you don't
Yep.
have reach. That's definitely a hit.
Sweet. And before I do that again, let me just fix that. For 9 points of piercing damage, and also getting a bad taste in his mouth if he could taste.
Right. We've established no taste in the spirit world.
Yep.
Alright, Drosan, you're up. I'm surprised Direwolf's only a 1 attack.
Yeah, they have pack tactics, which I keep forgetting about, but
Yeah, actually, that would help you quite a bit.
I mean, for Balto, it kind of makes sense. He can't see, so I'm cool with a disadvantage.
Okay.
What is Dro gonna do? Because he can't get to anybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can't get anywhere. 1, 2. Oh! Kind of skirting over top of the dead ooze in between Caddy and Vral. There's a look of disgust as he steps through the sludge. He's like, "Yeah, right. Just not expecting it to be so disgusting." And
I imagine when an ooze dies, it turns into like a fine granular kind of like, just kind of like dust almost.
oh, okay. I was thinking more like just when you drop like a really ripe tomato and it gets like that kind of salsa effect on the ground.
Well,
That's
that's
what
kind
I
of
was
what they
expecting.
look like normally, though.
I was thinking just like a mucusy, like remain.
Residue.
Yeah.
But stepping forward, he is going to once again say something in Druidic to the extent of the claws of my ancestor, and as he does, his fingernails sprout into the 6-inch blackened claws as he attempts to rake into this ooze. It's going to be futilely.
Is it?
Well, are they immune to acid?
Yep.
Yep.
That would have been something, though.
Yep.
All right. Well, you tickle him.
Yeah, and he's just like looks at his hands as the claws retract. He's like, "Wait, normally it hurts him," and he just kind of looks like around nervously, like, "I don't know what to do now," and that's it for him.
That was probably the most baller cantrip roll of the campaign. Oh well. All right.
Yeah.
Top of the round. The lights flash. Once again, Balto is blind. So that's 27. Does anyone have only 27 hit points?
Nope.
Okay, so just Balto. Poor Balto. He's tanking the blindness. Alright, and Vaclo is going to try to clean sweep here. That is a hit. He does not kill it with his first swing. damn near close. But with the second, no doubt, yes. There's only the one ooze remaining. And that'll make it your turn, Burrow.
Well, I'm gonna hit them with my stick at this point. And I'm still raging, so I'm gonna do a reckless attack.
Okay, that is going to be a hit. Okay, you did not kill him. However, your axe got killed in the process.
Do I still have a stick though? Because the stick is not.
Yeah.
Does it still do 1d12 minus 4 damage?
No. It loses
does
all
it
the
do?
minuses, but it's like a well, it is. It's like a reduced quarterstaff because it's not a full quarterstaff.
Would it be a club?
Yeah, so D6 bludgeoning.
Okay, lets me remove, so now it's back at +2. No, not +20 attack rolls. I said +2 damage. Weapon. Let's change a great ask for club. 1d6, you said?
Yep.
Damage type bludgeon. And 1d6. No, not 21d1. That's gonna break everything. 1d. Crit on a 20. Okay, let's do that.
Alright. You beat the last ooze to death with the stub of your great axe.
You can suck my great axe.
Alright, and as the last ooze falls, the rune in the middle, the sigil kind of flashes a blue light, and the light is not bright enough to hurt your eyes, but it fills the entire room, and then when it fades, the sparkling lights are gone. And
Yeah.
sorry, one last thing. The arrow that Caddy fired that had turned to bubbles, you can now see it lying on the floor intact on the marble right there.
Nice.
Alright, take it away.
Yeah, good job, folks. We managed to get through this, and I mean, that was good, right? We did good, yeah.
Well, I kind of wish I still had my great axe.
Yeah, Caddy picking up her arrow. Well, I mean, yeah, we didn't really get hurt or nothing, so I guess that was a successful endeavor. All things considered, we're normally a little more dysfunctional than that.
Well, so far we've been pretty good. I mean, we got through a lot of stuff, and now we just fought some things that were kind of disgusting, but we beat them. So, I mean, good day. Sorry about your ex, though. I mean, you do have a stick, so that's nice, right? You have a stick.
Yeah, but my great axe was a little bit more useful than this club. But that's okay. I still have 2 hand axes.
Well, at least now you have something that you could play with the wolves with. You could throw a stick, and they could go get it and bring it back.
Oh,
Yeah, but you said they're gonna
Balto's no
go
longer
away.
blind.
So, I mean, at least you have something to entertain Balto and Wishbound with, which is nice.
Only for the time they're with us.
Does anyone know what that symbol on the floor means?
Which one?
That one?
Oh, someone could make an Arcana check.
I mean, out of everyone in this room, you would be the one that would know it, but you've never been here, from what you've told.
I mean, we just kind of walk right through, and then we're suddenly where you're supposed to be. I could make an Arcana check.
Okay. With the 12, the symbol itself is sometimes used in relation to a spell known as Color Spray, which blinds people.
Well, alright.
That would have been useful to know.
Well, we figured it out eventually.
Oh yeah.
Y'all coming?
Yep, just coming right now. Just give me a second.
These stairs go down.
Okay, that's good to know.
Oh no, Oh no, where are you? Aha.
Got you, fam.
And
It went dark.
An invisible wall of black. I'm moving forward, but it's not doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, is this a door?
No, that's just the end of the battle map. All right. Yes. Okay. So, for the sake of time, I'm not going to put your doggos in the battle map. Do not worry. If they're
Okay.
needed, I will add them.
Okay. And just for our own kind of reference, it's going to be Wishbone behind him, and then Balto behind. Actually, no. Balto behind him and Wishbone behind Balto. Yeah. This way, if he needs to, he can heal Balto right away. Cool. Is this not the same place we were at before?
It does look awfully familiar.
A lot of these rooms look the same, though, so I'm a little...
Given that dwarves have stone cunning, would it be possible for Dro to figure out if we're kind of going around in circles, or if this is actually a new room?
You're pretty confident that after giving it a thorough look, using your stone cunning, that the designs in this room, and actually the dimensions of this room, are smaller than the entrance hall.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think it's a room, but... Can I make a quick look-see for traps?
Well, as you start to look around, you all hear a humming sound.
What kind of hum... Oh.
Can we go back? I want to go back.
The ground lights up with that brilliantly blue glyph on the ground, and you are all afflicted by a something. However, I believe there's a save, so I'm looking at the spell. It would help if I knew my alphabet.
A, B, C, D, E,
All right.
F.
Guy.
Wisdom saving throws all around.
Wisdom, holy crap, guys, get ready.
Oh, no.
Oh, also, it's safe to assume I'm no longer raging because I haven't been hitting stuff.
Oh, I should do it for Vaclo just for roleplay's sake. But if he fails, well, not to give anything away. Wow, -1. Okay, that's right. This is the wisdom team. Okay.
Hey, I have advantage.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty
Nobody else
sure
does.
the druid boy has got stellar wisdom.
Yep, and as soon as my character sheet actually loads up, I'll be able to roll.
Gotta love that lag.
Yeah. Aha, okay. Wisdom, you say? Go!
Where's the paladin with the +5 to everyone's saves? Oh wait, I banned them.
Yeah.
Alright, well, since Vaclo is not here, I will describe what happens to the one person who's here that failed, and that would be our boy Viral. So the brilliant flash erupts, and everything goes completely pitch black, except you can see your body as if it were fully illuminated. The two of you in the rear are the people of shorter persuasion, you see both Vaklo and Varol sort of blank stare, almost in an upright catatonic state. However, the two of you seem unaffected by the spell. Varol,
Yes.
what is your deepest fear?
In which regard? My deepest fear as like the things I would see and go like, oh shit, I don't want to do that, or my deepest fear in the sense of what I would really regret through my entire life. Because the last one would be
What
to
would send
die-
Varol packing with the need to buy new breeches?
Varol does not stand away from a fight, so it wouldn't be something that he can fight. It would be something that he cannot fight. Possibly something magical. So I would go with something ethereal, so a ghost or a specter or something like that. But he needs to know that when he tries to hit it, he can't. So it would be something that appears in front of him. He tries to like punch him with his now club, and then it just goes through, and
Well,
then he goes like,
okay.
"Oh shit."
This would be like tapping into Varol's psyche. So it would have to be something that Varol knows that he's afraid of. So I need you to dig deep in your character well.
Okay, what kind of lore could I invoke here?
Well, there's plenty of folklore throughout the kingdom.
Yeah, I'm just trying to come up with a legend that Varol would have heard that would have made him like, oh shit, I never want to meet that.
Man bear pig.
Man, bear, pig.
I know, right? I know, no, I want something actually a little bit more serious.
Yeah, because when that thing finally shows up,
Yeah.
Okay, so,
there's hell to pay.
so being an orc when he was a child and like, you know, he grew up and so forth, he was very
Wait.
hard to control.
Wait, he's no longer an orc?
A half orc. He's a half orc. He was hard to control, so his mother told him of a story of a legend where it's a very like tall man basically that captures like children that won't come back home on time for some. And Varol was like, well, that's fine. Like, you know, I'll just punch the man. And his mother said to him, the man is like, he's not physical. You can't do anything to him. And since then, Varol is afraid of meeting that kind of man, because if you can't hit it, what can you do to it?
So it's kind of like a spectral boogeyman.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
A slightly altered Krampus?
yeah, essentially.
Slenderman.
Yeah. So that emerges in front of Varol, and Varol, you feel everything below the neck is paralyzed as this creature lunges forward and begins to just kind of rake into Varol. Varol, you're going to take some damage. You take 38 psychic damage. I rolled extraordinarily good.
Well,
All right.
Varol's not looking good at all.
Make another wisdom saving throw. Okay. Varol in the physical world begins to scream in terror, something that neither of you have ever seen before, and then he just collapses.
Is Vaklo doing something similar?
Yep. So this one's for Vaklo on turn uno. Okay.
Drosen looks at Caddy. Says, "Have you ever seen this before? Is this what's going on here?" And he's going to rush forward to Varol, but getting there just as he drops this. Hey, you know, he's starting to panic.
Okay. Now, Vaklo, if he were here, would have this great moment with his sword, which gives him advantage on future wisdom saves. So instead of rolling and then, because he's got a -1 wisdom, he has a 1 in 5 chance of succeeding. So since he has advantage, he has a 2 in 5 chance of succeeding. So that would mean in 5 rounds, he would suffer the effects thrice. So I think I'll just hurt him 3 times and then say he saves, or unless he takes enough damage to pass out. Actually, I suppose we'll hit him twice, and then, yeah. So I'll just deal 1 damage once more to him. Okay, he manages to snap out of it, but he is gravely wounded by some psychological, magical force. However, Viral, he's unconscious. What do you guys do with Viral?
Seeing as he drops, Dros is going to start rubbing his hands vigorously, like he did with Balta, and go, "It's okay, boy."
We need to get him out. We need to get him out first.
Well, once Vaklo, like, saves, he kind of comes to his senses. Only kind of drops to 1 knee because he's incredibly injured. Well, he's mechanically injured, so he's just completely depleted emotionally and psychologically. Yeah, so you want to drag him out of the circle?
Yeah, in the other direction.
The circle actually, once Vaklo snaps out of it, they both he would have collapsed and Vaklo would have snapped out of it at the same time. So at that moment, the circle actually disappears. It kind of fades away. Okay, you're at 9 hit points and you are awake.
Are you able to move? Is everything all right? You started screaming there and kind of get worried. And
Since I fell to the ground, Vral's gonna like wake up still screaming, like he's gonna grab his club, or actually probably never let it go. He's just gonna swing into the air, which might like narrowly miss Drosan, and then he's gonna realize that whatever was attacking him is not there anymore. He's gonna, what the hell was that?
So as Dro is kind of bringing his hands back, having just healed him, and Vral wakes up screaming, Dro starts screaming and then dodges this. And then when the screaming stops, he's just like, "Hey, what's going on? I'm not liking this place.
There was this monster. Where is it?" And Vral's like just gonna look around, like half afraid, half like in fight or flight mode, basically. But when he sees that the creature is gone, like everything's gone, he's gonna calm down and say like, "You guys killed it."
Killed what? Viral? There's...
Viral's gonna get a headache trying to picture what, like, why are you asking what? I got attacked. Like, he's trying to piece the things together, but his head hurts, and he goes like, it's gone. I don't know what it was.
Yeah,
And Viral's gonna stand back.
It's gone, buddy. That's right. It's... Do you see this? It's gone, buddy. You're right. What?
Vaklo kind of like, with a defiant surge of energy, comes to stand. And he's like, let's keep going. I don't want to talk about it. Let's just keep going.
Vaklo, you don't necessarily look too hot yourself.
He just waves you off with a...
if we just get out of this area, just maybe out of where the magic was, I could potentially heal them again. It just maybe not do it here where it could happen again.
Despite the battle map, the hallway in front of you is open.
Okay.
Yeah, I've also got snacks, road snacks. Time for some trail mix.
All right, so you guys
Probably
are going
Caddy.
to exit, and that's gonna be it for the battle map.
So once we get like just out of the area, Joe's gonna be like, "Okay, if we just give me a second here, I can summon something, kind of a spirit that is friendly and will help our friends here. And as much as a snack is nice, maybe just keep that just in case. And I'll just, I'm the new guy, so maybe it's, I'm trying to, impress. So just let me handle it, okay?"
Yeah.
And let me just double check what the components for the spell I'm about to cast are. Cool. And is at this point where he reaches up to the totem that's around his neck and starts to pet it like you would like a cat or some other animal. and then he kind of starts to pet, and then at the same time kind of shake it. He says, "Okay, wake up! It's time for you to come out." And there's a flash in the totem's eyes before you see like this ethereal energy kind of seep from it, and it starts to take shape into this ghost-like dwarf woman that just kind of stands there. And in one hand, she seems to have like a tankard of some sort of alcohol, and in the other hand, she has like a plate of like meats and food. And he is going to cast Healing Spirit.
You didn't fill in the HP healed.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a D6, but it's also... It doesn't activate when the spell goes, for some reason.
So that's... So as a bonus action, you can just heal from it?
Not even a bonus action, it's no action required. As a bonus action, I can move it.
I got you.
Yeah. So once a round, a person can walk into it and get a D6. So for a minute, they can just keep kind of cycling into it.
Okay, well, this is for Vaclo.
Okay.
So many ones.
Yeah, I rolled great to hurt him, but not great to heal him.
Yeah, what about me? Will you love?
Well, you can roll it for yourself.
GG. I
Wow.
don't even get a free roll.
Don't get
Yeah,
handouts.
Jacob doesn't take care of you. He's not the healer.
No, he's the destroyer.
I am the destroyer. I do not protect, I attack.
As you both Viral and Vaclo enter the space, they feel like it's very serene. It's also kind of chilly. It's almost like someone's putting ice packs on their wounds, and there's a odd like scent of ale, but there's no like taste or anything like that.
Don't tease me.
Oh, I should have thrown that up. So that's the roll for his healing, and that's the roll for his healing. Now we're all caught up. Okay.
Yeah, and then after the minute, the spirit kind of turns back into that globulate, which then goes back into his little totem that's around his neck. Like, well, hopefully that's enough now. If you need more, though, I could be able to wrestle up something, although I would need a little bit of a rest afterwards. Not like a sleep, just maybe a little, sit down, maybe have some food, maybe some snacks that you were mentioning earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think we're probably fine.
Okay.
Everyone look okay? I don't know.
Well, despite that healing, Vaclo's about half capacity.
And I'm half as well, or a little bit over. I could use a rest.
Okay, maybe just have a little sit down and snacks. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can snack it up. I want some Mentos.
The fresh maker?
Yeah, the fresh maker.
Yeah,
Good
Vaclo
berry.
will take 5, I guess.
He just wants 5?
Oh, I guess you can cast it multiple times.
Yeah, I can just pop these boys out.
All right, yeah, he'll take a full dose of Mentos.
Okay, he gets a sleeve of Mentos.
Are we planning on taking a short rest though?
If we are planning on taking a short rest, then I won't do the Mentos. Because he can just do hit points.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I would prefer a short rest because Dro needs to get back some of his spells.
For the sake of the stream, you guys are about to be at a point where you can take a long rest. So that was the last of the defenses.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll just pop off some Mentos.
Okay.
Okay.
Instead of taking a napsy in the
So everyone, Vaclo now has minty fresh breath. Viral, do you partake?
Well, if there's some shared for me, yeah.
You need a pack of Mentos?
Do we heal when that happens?
You heal 10 hit points.
The good berry. They taste like Mentos. But they
Okay.
look like really fat blueberries.
Then I heal.
Cool. That's 10 HP.
And if that's gonna be it, then we're ready to move.
Okay. You guys enter the main kind of. You're past the defenses. You're now entering the main part of the sanctum, which is this large atrium. And it is filled with gnomes and humans who've pitched small tarps, and there's makeshift bedding, and it's kind of filled, like as far as you can see, with humans and gnomes who have all been given refuge here. Despite what you were told, none of them seem to be in any kind of direct duress. One gnome in the front, who seems to be about this roughly the same age as Caddy Wampus, who Caddy recognizes as one of her cousins by the name of Hogwash. He sees you coming and he's like, "Caddy, is that you?"
Well, yeah. Wait, gosh. What was my uncle's name again? Balderdash. Uncle Balderdash asked about us, about me specifically coming here. I brought some pals. I thought y'all were in danger.
Well, I mean, not right now. Uncle Balderdash! Uncle Balderdash! So now everyone seems to be aware that you're here, and it starts to kind of like, the call for Balderdash starts to disseminate among the crowd. And then coming up beside Hogwash is your other uncle, Huey. And he's like, "Well, shoot, Caddy. I didn't expect to see you here."
Why does nobody know? Balderdash sent me a message. I know it's been a while, y'all. Gosh.
Yeah, he sent us a message too. I got your cousin Hogwash and Twaddle, and we came here right quick. Gotta hide from them kobolds.
Yeah, the kobolds were kind of a problem. The dragon was a bigger one. What were y'all dealing with here?
Oh, well, just some uncomfortable living spaces, really.
Balderdash said there was an emergency. Is this the darn fence again?
You know how he is with that damn fence. Where is he?
I hear about fencing all the
Oh,
time.
your parents are here too.
Yeah, look, if there's not much of an emergency, there's a lot of pressing issues. Y'all can't necessarily just call us whenever there's a fence that needs
Whoa!
mending.
I didn't call you.
I
That
know,
does sound
but
like Balderdash, though. Where are you at?
I don't know where
And
he's at.
just
That's
then,
why I'm here.
Balderdash, who's wearing the illusionist's kind of robes, breaks through the crowd, and he's like, "Caddy! And friends!
Yeah, well,
Hi.
I wish I'd known you were
Hello.
coming. We had all the defenses enabled.
Yeah, well, your
You
message
got through
kind
them all?
Well,
They
kind
need
of
tuning.
destroy the. Well, excuse you. I've been out of town for 20-odd years. You think I might have learned some skills along the way?
How'd y'all know to find us here?
You sent a message. Oh
Me?
my god.
I didn't send any message.
I saw you out in the. We were trying to deal with the dragon, and then I thought y'all were all dead, and then you had a message. It was
All right,
blue,
cutting you in the middle of your sentence. You all hear, coming off the walls, this.
Oh no,
We activated their trap card.
we did.
We're now in the shadow realm.
And you all hear what sounds like small padded feet on marble behind you.
I swear to gosh, it's halflings.
Gonna slowly turn around.
All right. Your small group, direwolves included, sort of part, and coming behind you is this runt-sized pug that Caddy recognizes. I don't know. Dro definitely
That was a bulldog.
doesn't. Bulldog, right? But I don't think Viral has met him.
Nope.
Yes, at a bar.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So here comes little Shugal. And this time when he speaks, everybody can understand him. And he goes, "Hi there."
Sugar, what's this you're doing?
Yeah, I wanted to play a trick on you guys. Boy, was it
What?
fun.
Sugar, there's some very serious stuff to prevent. I appreciate your sense of humor. I love a good gag, you know. But not when the fate of the world's kind of resting on
Whoa.
the shoulders of like 3 people.
Well, if you guys have such burdens, then it's a good thing you tested yourself against, the best defenses the Recluse can offer. You're welcome. And he kind of wags his little stub.
No, I can't stay mad at you. Come here, boy. You look great today. He's gonna scratch behind his little ears. I mean, I'm just assuming no one else understands.
Right, but everyone understands him. And everyone in the crowd is like, what in the world,
Gabriel is probably like this.
Oh, pardon my rudeness. Viral, this is an animal companion. His name's Shugal. Don't freak out that I can talk to him. I can talk to a lot of smaller creatures. I don't know why y'all never learned how.
And
But
then
I'll translate for you.
Shugal looks at Viral and winks.
Okay, this is weird.
Oh, and Dro-san, yeah, this is Shugal again. I'll be able to translate his
Hi. It's nice to meet you.
language. I don't know if you can. I know you're short as well. I don't know if y'all can talk to animals.
Shugal looks to Joseph and he's like, "Oh boy, you got yourself in a big pickle joining up with these people. I hope you're ready for it."
Is that we got pickles? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, this guy.
Oh, you can understand him. That's good. I guess they can.
Okay, well, Shugo, I'd like to introduce you to my friends. This is Balto, and this is Wishbone. I don't think they can talk like you. Can you talk to them?
He looks to the nearest one, let's say Balto, and he says,
Okay.
"You can shoo now," and they both vanish.
His face.
Shugal, that was rude, but typical small dog behavior.
Dro's gonna take a couple steps back from this El Diablo dog.
Jesus.
Caddy's like squatting, like, all right, Shugal. Well, you're telling me no one was in danger.
No, not here anyway. But oh boy, everywhere else, just about.
Yeah, see, Shug, that's the problem. We were supposed to be helping the everywhere else people, and now we've just totally inactivated the best defenses the Recluse has to offer, which we're defending my family.
Pretty good trick, huh?
Okay, but no, you understand the problem here is now all these people lie unprotected because of us.
Well,
people
as you
trying
know,
to
the
protect.
kobolds already left, and the frost giants already came through here, so there's no real danger. Recluse is one of the safer places in the world. I would know. Anyway, I suppose I should make it worth your while, right?
Yeah, no, I'd appreciate some recompense.
Sure.
Although I don't know if you've got like a squirrel.
No.
smushed up face.
How about I just give you a little nugget of information.
All
Were
right.
you saying something out of character, in character? Did you want to interject, Dro?
He does want to interject, but he's gonna wait. You can see like he has something to say, but he's just still looking at El Diablo here.
Why don't you ask your dad about Jacoby the Bold?
shoot. Really gotta talk. Let's put a little on. I have it written.
Well, I'm sure
All
someone
right.
else can tell you about him. Pretty much everybody in the Recluse that actually, lived in the Recluse, unlike you, probably knows the
Paid
story.
attention.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna go now. Been a pleasure. Tricked you. And he actually points.
He puts his little paw. All right.
With
Well,
like
hi, Tin.
one like little digit sticking out.
Hi, Tin.
He does it.
Yes. All right. Well, you take care of yourself. It's dangerous out there. All right. We're out for cobalt.
Don't worry. I bite as good as I park.
Well, your mouth is about like this one, so. You know what? Who am I to judge? I am also small. Go on. Guess I gotta find out.
Alright, so, Joseph, El Diablo Dog is turning to leave.
He's waddling away.
Okay. Just before you go, I have a question. What did you mean by you know these things? He's gonna get like real close and just whisper, "Are you a god?" And then look at him.
And the dog gets real close. As close as he can from his short stature.
Oh no! Dro's getting down, like on knee, like looking at this dog that dismissed his companions.
And then he whispers just so Joseph can hear it. It depends what you mean by God.
Okay. Dro would then turn to the group with a.
Let's just say I'm street smart. And then he like bumps your leg. That's kind of like yeah, buddy. And then he's like, all right, and that's it for
Like
me.
licks your face, just like.
And then he turns around, and as he walks down the hall, you keep hearing his footsteps, but he just kind of fades from view.
Okay, is this normal? Is this something that happens? I've never met a dog with street savoir-faire.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, why should you worry about it?
Okay, just I've never met a dog. It could do all this, let alone talk. Well, I mean, I've talked to dogs. I just never met one that. I'm very confused by this place. I'm not liking it.
Dogs have always spoken back. They actually won't shut up most of the time. What's nice about Shugel is he tends to be a bit less squirrel obsessed than other dogs. It's pleasant. It's a nice change of pace.
Okay.
But it's nice to know you can hear him too. I'll have to do less translating with the rats and crows.
So at this point, your characters may have noticed that the crowd are all like this.
I am. So it's. I'm still very confused. Is this gonna get us to the audience? Do we do good here? Are they?
And he's just gonna mutter to himself for the next, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, trying to figure out and parse together everything that has happened.
And on the side, we're all like, this dog talk.
All right, folks. Anyone seen my pops?
Alright. There's a moment of just awe, and then people start to kind of collect themselves, and they start asking around. And eventually, an older-looking gnome, about the same age range as Balderdash and Hui, emerges. And he's like, well, shoot, Caddy. Where you been?
Well,
Flabbergasted! Your daughter's here!
Where haven't I been, Pops? Like,
And in classic fashion, he doesn't wait for you to finish the sentence before he's introducing himself to your friends.
yeah.
And he walks up to Raw and he's like, rigmarole, glad to meet you.
Rawl shakes his hand, tries not to shake the whole person.
Sure.
That's a short name, believe it or not.
Despite his small stature and your immense strength, he gives you this, like, iron grip handshake.
Rawl appreciates that,
Can you
actually.
please have a very thick mustache?
Yes, he does.
Good.
And it sounds like he's got something stuck in his lip, right here. You know?
Big glasses.
Yeah. And he walks up to Drosen and he does the same thing.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Joseph.
Rigmarole. Yeah.
Should I call you Mr. Moreau? Mr. Rigmarole?
Yes, Rigmarole's fine. We're all friends here.
Okay.
So, Drosen, as you look past him into the crowd, you see Shugel peek behind someone's leg, wink at you, and then disappear again.
And he just like breaks eye contact with Rigmarole as he's staring there with his. And then he goes back. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have left the north. Maybe I shouldn't have left the north. This is not very nice. He's gonna start to hyperventilate a little.
All right. Well, it's about time you came by, Caddy. We had all these kobolds roaming all over the place, burning down the old homestead.
Yeah, no, I dealt with some of those, although I saw less burning and more crushing, smashing, and things of that nature. I'm glad y'all made it out alive. I thought y'all were dead. I spent some days kind of at a loss. What in tarnation are y'all doing here?
Hiding from the kobolds.
Yeah, but why y'all...
Well, you know, we ain't all fighting folk like you, especially not here in the Recluse.
Look, I know that I understand you don't always approve of my career decisions. I'd appreciate if you respect them. That's not the question. I mean...
Our family are goat ranchers. We ranch the goats.
Look,
we don't go wandering around in no swamp.
Look, don't talk ill of the swamp. I'll excuse right here.
I beg your pardon. He passed skew.
Thank you very much. We don't have to take to such words. I just mean, like, what are y'all doing to make it down here? Y'all need any help? Rations? I know we're strappy, but y'all got humans in your number.
Bursting through the crowd is Caddy's mother, Flabbergasted, who comes running up and immediately just kind of like hugs Caddy and then starts tugging on everything. Like, what are you wearing? What is all this?
Mom, it's called armor. Stop.
Whose blood is this?
Well, someone else's, obviously. It's probably one of theirs, but it's fine. We got it.
And Riggin was like, all right now, honey, we're having a conversation.
Ma, can you... Some of us are real banged up. Not me, obviously. But we might need some place to house up for the night. Y'all got like a...
Oh, sure. We got some beds.
Campsite? Yeah.
She just like, just kind of grabs Vaklo by the hand, like, right this way. I'm Flabbergasted. And she, like, you just hear like the drowning of her constant talking disappear in the crowd. And Vaklo's like, wait.
Remember me.
I press F.
Eat so well.
God damn it.
There's gonna be so much food. Yeah. Y'all, we can go off as we're all feeling alright. Dad.
I could always use a rest, but not be kidnapped.
Yeah, she does say. Pop, I was advised to ask you about someone. It was Jacoby, right? Jacoby? Whatever. What was it that Shugel said?
No one wrote it down?
I did.
I never read anything.
I just don't know if it's pronounced Jacoby or Jacoby. So you were saying it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I said it Jacoby.
Oh, nice.
For henceforth, we'll go with Jacoby. Someone's going to be like, oh, he said Jacoby before, that dumb.
Well, that's too bad because we're saying Jacoby
now. It's Jacoby.
I was told past you or anyone who paid attention, really, about Jacoby the Brave.
The Bold? You ain't never heard that story?
Well, Pop, you know I was not the most mindful student.
I know, I told it to you.
Yeah. You, yeah.
Alright, well, we don't got no campfire, but, I can rustle up some grub and we can talk over it over dinner.
Oh, yeah, sure, I'd love some grits.
Alright, let's go.
Me too.
The further
Me
you
three.
travel through the refugee camp in this marble hall, the louder Mrs. Flabbergasted begins to grow as you're headed her direction. And they have a very like rudimentary table. Nothing here like ornate or even that heavy. Everything's kind of like makeshift or very light. And yeah, they bring out some grits, and you guys all sit down. Vaclo seems pleased that he's not trapped here alone. And Rigmarole gets his wife to quiet down a bit, and he's like, all right, well, Jacoby the Bold, well, you know, we don't got a lot of heroes here in the Recluse, but there was a time where storm dragons used to roam these lands, and there was one particular storm dragon that lived here in the Recluse, or at least that's where he had his little hidey hole. Well, anyway, a whole bunch of them hero folk came together to take it down, and I think they put it to sleep, as the legends go. Well, one such hero was a resident right here of the Recluse, Jacoby the Bold. He was a halfling feller, master archer. Said he crafted arrows specifically designed to pierce the dragon scales. And they say it's those arrows that clipped the wings of the great beast that allowed them to perform their spell that put them to sleep. And the dragon's never been seen since.
Well, no, I definitely saw him. How'd he make some arrows?
Well, I don't rightly know that. You know how stories are, but could ask his grandson.
He's just casually got a grandson wandering about.
Well, I don't have to explain the birds and the bees to you now, do I?
No, I understand that. I was assuming he didn't survive. You don't normally survive things like that.
Well,
Two,
Jacoby
it's
the Bold is a real hero, one of them qualities.
Just the way you were talking, I was thinking this was like ancient, as opposed to like.
Well, I mean, halflings lived quite a while. I think it was some 200 years ago.
All right, yeah, that's fair. I was, in my head it was still like 1,000 years, but yeah, I guess that makes
Anyway,
sense.
his grandson, I think his name is Cataran.
Where's about is he? Is he still just wandering the Recluse? If so, why ain't he doing something about?
Well, I think the family estate, somewhere near the village of Hempton, not far. Hampton, you know where it is? It's a little too east for you. I know you like to travel west.
No, you know what? I don't need back talk. You know, one of our Recluse heroes is me, in fact.
Oh, really? Where were you when the kobolds were running all over us roughshod?
I just fought the kobolds. Where were you? All right, you know what? We don't need this over dinner. You're making my friends uncomfortable.
Which is funny because you turn to like Dro, just like
Yeah.
looking around.
He turns to Viral and he's like, chewing tobacco?
Viral has never had any, so the first thing he does is he grabs a piece of it, chews it, and swallows.
And he's like, oh, all right, well, maybe no more for you.
Yeah, gross.
That's a bad time for all.
Oh. Oh man, that's disgusting.
Now, I know that this world is based off of Europe. This region is based off of Europe, and they didn't get tobacco until they traveled to the New World, but it fits the character.
It's funny.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have had any of Caddy's culture without the New World. Either,
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
we can do what we want.
Exactly. The pirate is free. It's a fantasy world. But anyway, is that all you needed? You came by here to learn about Jacoby because you didn't listen to your old man? We're not reared you?
All right. I came by because I thought y'all were dead, and then I heard y'all weren't dead, and I came to make sure y'all are alive because I like love y'all or whatever. But this is the reception I get. That's fine. I'll go save the world again. Not that you would have heard
Well,
about
now
it.
you don't no need to get up on your high horse.
I don't got a horse. He's a boar.
High boar, then. Why don't you guys stick around? Tell us where you've been.
Just before we get to that, just what was the name of the grandson of Jacoby, the bold?
Cataran, I think. Never met him myself. Yeah,
Right.
he lives in the old estate. It's gotten real dilapidated. The grandson of the great Jacoby ain't nearly up to his standards, I've heard. Stories of him squandering his wealth and getting into all kinds of trouble. Last I heard, it's still in the family, though. Unless the kobolds done burned it down.
Yeah, well, if he's not up to the name, then I'm sure we'll get a feel for whether or not the kobolds are there. I have a feeling they'll have taken it though. If he's as lame as he's making him out to be. We'll stick around though. We can tell you some about our stories. I've met some real strange folks.
Okay. So we're gonna do like a kind of like
Pan over.
and so at some point as the dying down and you guys are probably gonna stay the night given you had to bludgeon your way through all the defenses, you're weary. At one point Balderdash is going to approach Caddy and pull her to the side. And he's like, Caddy Wampus, I don't know how to tell you this, but we illusionists, when we're in the sanctum, we can visualize any illusion that is in effect. And I had to confirm this with some of the other illusionists, but there is a very, very powerful illusion upon you.
Wait, upon me?
Yeah, upon you.
It's hope. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, that don't make sense. I ain't been illusified.
He kind of like does some of these things, and he casts Identify, and then he thinks for a moment. He's like, "Huh, very strange. Some rather unorthodox memory alteration.
Unorthodox.
Unorthodox. Unorthodox.
You know, like Romulus is.
Yeah. Yes, a very unorthodox memory alteration. I don't think we have the spell to remove it. You don't know what that's about. I suppose you wouldn't, given the nature of it.
Well, yeah, now you're just upsetting. Why would you point this out if you ain't got no way to fix it? You're just gonna be like, hey, by the way, nothing you know is real. Bye.
I wouldn't say nothing. I didn't want to let you leave without telling you that there's something. Someone put a powerful spell upon you.
Yes, I've fallen in love. No, what? I'm not going anywhere for a little bit. We're gonna stay and rest. Now,
I can dig through the archives and see if we can dispel it if that's what you want, but who knows what it's hiding?
Yeah, no, I would rather dispel it. I don't want nobody's hooey illusion magic on me. No offense, Uncle Balderdash. I know you do excellent work, but you're not gonna cast spells on innocents without their consent. You know what I mean?
Right. It definitely wasn't one of us. This spell, it's way more powerful than any of us can do.
Well, that's not comforting at all.
Or let me look in the archives and confer with the master illusionist, and we'll see what we can come up with.
All right, well, I'm beating my grits, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of the three brothers, one of which is your father, Balderdash was always the one who wanted to escape and run off to the city, and that's why he became an illusionist. So he's rather put off by the rather rugged lifestyle of his brothers.
Makes sense.
All right. Is there anything? I don't know where Viral is. I assume he'll be back. Is there anything Dro or Caddy wants to do? I know we're not
well,
exactly. Go ahead.
Dro's going to get lost playing with as many children for a good, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours after the meal. It's not something he initiates. He's a weird-looking dwarf, so obviously there's some questions, and it definitely helps him take his mind off of El Diago, and then
El Diago.
He's going to eventually meet back up with Caddy after he's done playing, also with Vaclo, but for this sake, it's just Caddy, and just kind of sit beside her and say, I just so where I'm from, it's not quite like this. Actually, it's nothing like this at all. Is this all normal? It's there's a lot going on, and it's a lot to process, and I'm just starting to think maybe I'm a little in over my head. And
I have a quick question for you. What about moving your entire family underground to escape impending doom, death, screams, normal civilian life?
We whale, so we spend most of our lives on ships, so it's kind of hard to do an underground ship, as far as I know. I mean,
No, I just mean as far as we've been very much treating this kind of like as an emergency. So if we're here because we're worried everyone was dead and they're camping out here to keep from being dead, no, This is not normal. There's been multiple instances of insisting this was kind of a life-altering event.
okay. No, it just meant like, besides the family being under here, just mean like talking to that shoe girl is stuff like that. There's a lot of weird stuff that's happened since I've joined with you. I'm having a good time, having fun. It's a lot to take in, and I just want to know if this is what life was like down here in the south.
Well, I'm glad you're having fun. My friend almost died earlier because but no, I get what you mean. It is a pretty good time. Yeah, talking to Shugle just like talking to any other small animal, I'm sure, as you know, like crows, rabbits, squirrels, bluebirds, some snapping turtles, but not all of them. Baby alligators, raccoons.
I've never jumped to most of that stuff. We don't get it much of them up where I'm from. I've talked to fish, a lot of fish, and some birds, and not bluebirds, but blackbirds and stuff like that. But I just want to make sure this wasn't like strange or anything. Just kind of new for me just to be all here, and want to make sure I wasn't getting in over my head. I mean, probably am, but we are still going for the giants, though, like the giants are kind of my main concern.
Yeah, well, and the dragon.
Yes. Yep,
Don't
dragon.
Don't want to play that one down a bit. That also.
Yeah, okay. So I guess my question is, what are we doing next?
Well, we're going to stay tonight.
Right.
Make sure there's nothing we can do for the refugees hiding here, and then continue to run after the giant/dragons.
Okay, just want to make sure we're going to get onto that and make sure it wasn't.
Oh, you thought I was just going to go, let's shrug it off. It's not an issue anymore.
No, not so much that. I just want to make sure that you didn't have another friend that we need to go help or anything like that. Just, I'm not trying to be rude. I mean, I'm glad to see your family safe. I wish I could say the same about my own, but so that's happy. I'm very happy for you. I just want to make sure.
There's the friend that's still at the college I picked you up at.
The one with the map.
Yeah, that one. The one with the map. So he's got to find his way out here, or otherwise we've got to retrieve him in some form or fashion. I'm hoping he knows to come out this direction. And then yeah, it'll just be a matter of getting to our guys, unless something else unexpected and life-threatening pops up, which knowing our luck, it will.
All right. Okay. Okay. Is like so? Are we gonna stick in the Recluse, or are we gonna go?
Well, where is everyone headed?
I don't know. I mean, as far as I know, they were headed here, and now we're here, and they're not here. So I'm kind of confused as to where they went.
Oh man, maybe not around when we talked about. We're headed to this one part of the Bearzod Marshes, and we've got the Knights of Farah. You remember being a rabbit when we talked about
Yep. I remember being a rabbit. Yep.
Knights of Farah? They said they were gonna try and enter into the Bearzod Marshes to fight the dragon, and we needed to go in and talk to the hags to make sure that it would be safe for them to enter without the hags just slaughtering all of them, because the hags don't know about the dragon. And then we got, and she continues like that for a while, just reiterating every single step of the plan. Like I'm
and he just and he just nods along. It seems, and after the like maybe 5 or so minutes, he's just like, okay. I'm sorry, he wasn't paying much attention when I was a rabbit. It's kind of just kind of focused on everything else. Everything was so new, and I had some new friends, and I was just kind of taking in my surroundings. So sorry, wasn't exactly paying attention.
No, it's not fine. It's fine. Sometimes I need to be reminded of stuff too. But yeah, so that's still the plan. I guess we got to find the white hags, but I'm supposing I'll know how to do that when I get to it. You know? You just,
Pale hags.
Huh?
Pale hags.
Pale hags, yeah. Pale hags. Mainly, they're pretty big fans of receiving sacrifices, so we can hunt a little something up and handle that.
Okay. Definitely have done some, have some experience with performing rituals to, powerful beings. It's kind of what my job was before all this kind of transpired, and my family was killed by the giants. So okay, I can do that. Yep.
Well, it's not like they're gods. They aren't like gods. That would just be silly. Yeah, this grow in this strange culture.
All right, just okay. Well, thank you for the talk. It was nice. I'm gonna go. Gonna try and get some sleep, I think, and also keep an eye out for that Shugo. I don't trust him.
What? Why wouldn't you trust Shugo? He's delightful. He did play a prank, and I understand that might reflect poorly on his character upon first meeting him.
It's just I've never met a dog that can do that, and it's kind of worrisome. So just want to make sure, suss out if he's actually a dog, or if he's maybe. I mean, well, no, I mean I've talked to dogs before, wolves mostly, but I mean just like the making Balto and Wishbone go away and other stuff. It's just very strange. I'm not used to a lot of strange stuff. I've lived quite a sheltered life when I was up north. So this is all very new for me. Kind of did the same.
To be fair, I don't really have an explanation for the Balto Wishbone thing. Kind of just assumed you sent them home. You brought them out of nowhere, so.
Yeah, that was not me.
I don't really understand any of that stuff.
It's all right. It's good, but it wasn't me that did it. But it's just I lived a very monotonous life, so it's kind of weird for me right now just to see all this. So just maybe if I get some sleep, I must be tired. Yeah, okay. And he's just gonna awkwardly get up and just, like wave to her and then walk away.
All right. I'm unmuted, right?
Yeah.
Okay. At that moment, Balderdash returns to Caddy, and he kind of looks a little dejected, and he's like, Well, I don't think I talked to the master illusionist and we discussed our options, and we don't know if we have the juice to dispel this. I'm very sorry. If you want, we could He starts doing this, and then Shugel climbs up onto his head and folds his paws and puts his head on him. He goes, I can remove it. Balderdash is like,
Jubal, that would be... But, alright, wait. Balderdash is a master illusionist. You are a dog. Alright, so how can you remove it? What's going on?
oh, illusions, and he's doing this with his paw, are kind of my speciality. And he looks down and he puts a paw on Balderdash's forehead and says, go. And then hops down, and Balderdash turns around and leaves. And Shugel
Alright.
starts to walk in circles around you, Caddy. He's like, well, if I do, you might get mad.
I might get mad. What for?
Well, if I told you, it would ruin the surprise.
Alright, well, what if I promise not to get mad?
Oh, I don't really care. Okay, come here.
Okay.
Alright. Lower. He kind of like scrunches up, and then he licks your forehead. And then we kind of zoom in on your eye. And suddenly, like, you're completely in your memories now, as he just removes this illusionary spell. And a swath of your early life you realize was all a lie. And as all these memories start rushing back into your mind, you remember you had a dream some weeks ago in which you recalled that you forgot something in the Berzom marshes. And you realize that that something was in fact a twin sister that you have absolutely no memory of ever having. And in fact, neither does anyone else in your community. And you're wondering why, as all these memories are coming in of you and your twin sister, and you remember that your twin sister kind of idolized you. You were always the braver, bolder one, and she often came with you into the marshes, and you kind of took her under your wing. You had much more experience out there. Your parents were obviously none too happy that you were going, so they were double none too happy when you brought your sister along. And at one point, you were hunting an animal when a crocodile surprised you. And while you were fending off the crocodile, your sister fell into some sinking mud. And before you can get to her, she drowned. And you remember that you were completely destroyed emotionally. And that's when the pale ladies found you, the pale hags. And they offered to take the pain away. And they said that the price would be... Actually, they not only did they promise to take away your pain, but the pain that your parents would experience if you had told them what had happened here. But they said the price would be that they would make everyone forget about your sister. But one day, you would remember again, and only you. And you were so grief-stricken that you took the bargain. And when you snap back to reality, Shugel's gone, tears are running down your face, and that's where we're going to go to break.
I kept hearing fucking Vader's voice. Sister, you have a twin sister in my head.
Wow. Thanks. All right, we're going to break now.
I was thinking Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, that's...
But
Well, I was thinking...
excellent plot device. Very well done.
I'm not saying it's not good. That was just the first, like, that line that kept replaying in my head.
All right, well, we're going to break. I'm going to put the toddler down for his sleepness. We're going to be back, hopefully 15 after. And we got another hour 45 of Die Roll Fire and Blade coming at you. We'll see where the party goes from here. So stick around. And we're back. And for those of you who waited, thank you. I forgot to play the music, so hopefully you found another way to fill the air. But we are back. And where we left off, a bombshell revelation had just been dropped upon Caddy's small cranular. And that's where we're going to pick up. So Caddy, with that revelation, what is Caddy doing?
Let's see, where are we specifically?
In the Recluse, in the
Well,
illusionary
no.
sanctum.
Even more, like, specifically than the illusory sanctum, like, because obviously people are going to organize into, like, this is where we hang out, this is where those people hang out, this is where you can do this thing.
Oh, and you're in this large main hall that has been turned into this refugee kind of camp.
Do I know where Uncle Balderdash has gone?
No, Diago,
Diago.
Diago, told him to go, and he went.
But, like, do I know where he and his pals have
saw,
been hanging?
Yeah, you know which way is deeper into the mage quarters.
So Caddy, like, puts one tentative hand against Askew's side, like, grabs the little bridle or whatever, and like, slowly walks Balderdash direction.
Okay. You eventually find your way to Balderdash, who's looking puzzled, like he doesn't know how he got where he is. And then he sees you, he's like, Caddy, what's wrong?
How strong is an illusion that changes someone's mind?
Well, it's an unorthodox spell, to say the least. Pretty powerful.
Why do you do this stuff?
We don't change people's memories, not here.
Didn't
Didn't even know you could do that with illusion magic.
Well, like, the stuff you do, how do you combat that?
Well, I don't rightfully know. I would avoid anything that could. Did you get the answers you were looking for? I don't detect the illusion on you anymore.
Well, yeah, that's handled, but now do you detect it on yourself?
No.
But you don't. You don't think anything's amiss?
Oh, well, I think a lot of things are amiss.
Well, yeah, tell me about it. But you don't. You know. The illusion, is it still affecting you?
What illusion?
Do you remember any? Can you just like list off your nieces and nephews real fast?
Sure. And he lists them all except your sister.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Um. Well, never mind.
Are you okay?
Bob.
You don't look well.
Yeah, no, I don't feel too hot either. But I don't think you can really help me out right now.
Okay.
Yeah, well, thanks for, nothing.
He kind of
Well,
like
not-
hangs his head.
Nothing, but I'm sorry, Uncle Balderdash. That was unappreciative.
Well, if there's anything I can do that's, actually within my power, let me know.
I might just take you up on that. But for now, I'm gonna probably get some sleep.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's turning in. I'm gonna do the same. It's been a weird day.
Caddy's gonna wander back to where her parents were staying.
Okay. At this point, Vacla's already asleep. He's sleeping off whatever nightmare he encountered in that last room. Viral, Drosan, what's your situation?
Fast asleep.
Okay.
Voral. I'm assuming in this place there's no, there wouldn't be any smiths or no nothing. So in that case, he would have quickly looked around for somebody to try and fix his great axe. So he probably walked around some of the people and be like, "Do you have an extra great axe?" And then they probably all said no. So he sat back, tried to picture his option. There's none. Went to sleep.
So, Caddy, by the time you get there, your compatriots are all fast asleep, as are your parents, probably. In fact, at this point, you're one of the few people still awake.
Everyone's turned in?
Yep.
Ooh, Caddy's gonna curl up with a skew, but probably have a restless evening.
Okay. The next morning, you guys awaken at your own pace, and news is starting to spread, partly from your testimony, and also some other reports are coming in, that the kobolds have retreated back into the marsh. And so the refugees are all quite excited. Bittersweet. They get to return home, but for many of them, including Caddy's family, their home is in ruins. So... But Rigmarole and his wife Flabbergasted, they're hardy people, and they're looking forward to getting, putting things back together, building a new homestead, trying to see if they can get the goats back.
Hmm.
Word has spread that Viral is looking for a great axe.
Yes.
And these are kind country folk. So one of them approaches you with a wood splitting axe and says, "Will this do?"
Anything that is not a club would.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and stat this thing. It's not gonna be very good.
As long as it's higher than 1d6, I'll be happy.
I'm not making any promises until I... Basically a two-handed hatchet. A hand axe, I should say. So it'll... Yeah, okay, we'll have it do 1d8 when it's wielded two-handed.
And it will be.
So it's probably the least efficient two-handed weapon there is. But...
It is.
You got it.
Very well. And Varal is gonna give the generous soul... And, well, basically he's gonna offer him money for it. I'm assuming the person either
Yeah,
will
he's like,
accept
oh,
or-
no.
In that case, Varal says, anything else I can do in exchange for this?
He says, well, word got around that you guys fought off of them kobolds, so... Just think of this as a thank you.
Very well. But Varal will still do something for him, so not even ask him if he eats meat or anything. Varal will spend like a 15 minutes, 20 minutes in the wood, like hunt something that's kind of nice, like maybe a fat rabbit or something like that, and then like prepare him everything, like pelt on one side, meat on the other side, all wrapped nicely, and give it to him. So the guy might be like, okay.
Yeah. Also, Varal didn't actually fight off the kobolds. That happened before he showed up.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
That's true.
And now Varal's happy because he gave something back, so.
What are the other two of you up to this morning?
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Damn it. So Dro is going to wake up and, being the person that he is going to spend the morning, or at least the first little bit of the morning, talking to some of the residents of this temporary shelter, trying to learn of their customs, somewhat enamored by their almost like carefree life. And he's just like learning about their histories and their customs, and when it gets to their naming rights or naming customs, he seems even more enthralled.
Well, you learn that they are not exactly carefree. They have hard rural lives, but they are free of pretty much all violence. There's the occasional drunken brawl, and they also speak periodically. The shorelines can be dangerous. There's talk of sea giants, but rarely do bandits roam the Recluse. It's generally peaceful location.
When the talk of giants comes up, he goes, "Yeah, I kind of hate giants myself, so I understand that. Any giant that's dead is a good giant, in my opinion. But then again, I haven't met every giant, so maybe there's good giants. Mostly they send the bad giants, and that's the ones I deal with. So they could be good giants, I guess. Just glad to see that giants are giants, no matter where you are."
And Varal, if he's around and he somehow overhears this, although he knows he's not personally a giant, he's probably like 3 feet ahead of everyone around here, so he feels a little bit uneasy.
Well, there are humans here.
Okay, not too bad. So
Yeah.
he's at least head and shoulders above everyone. Still makes him tall.
And then with kind of just mingling and trying to interact with people, he is going to see if there's anyone that's injured that he can help.
Okay.
And then,
At this point, any injuries of the refugees have probably been like handled because they've been
Okay.
here for a few days.
I'm assuming we've all also healed.
Yeah, I mean you had a long rest, so
Yeah.
he's still going to go through the motions of seeing if he can help, offering to do any chores. I mean, he is a guest, so he's trying to...
well there are
Basically-
a lot of the refugees are getting ready to leave, so they'll definitely like, oh, you want to help load up this cart? Here you go. So
You're right, you're right. He starts helping.
cool.
And that's what he's going to be up to for up until we leave.
Caddy's gonna distractedly help her parents like load up and then visit each of her cousins and like half-heartedly chew the fat.
Okay. It's almost midday by the time things have kind of started migrated out of the sanctum. The vast majority of the refugees are leaving. They're headed for wherever home may be for them, and the group finds himself, outside the illusionary sanctum.
We're all simply gonna say out in the air, not to anyone in particular, but he's gonna say, not that I dislike magic, but I'm happy we're nice folks, but not so nice defense.
Well, again, defenses by their very nature shouldn't be nice.
Oh, I like the defenses that you can see and can hit. I like the swinging axes, the spikes through the floor, the holes that open below you. You know, the typical trap.
That sounds just plain awful. Ah, yeah, my heart's not in it. You go ahead with your griping.
Are you alright?
Yeah. We should probably go find, what's his face, the bold. It's supposed to be east of here.
Okay. What was that?
We should probably find Jacoby the Bold.
Okay. That's what I thought you said. I was just, I'm a little slightly distracted. Sinus pressure is starting to build up, and I'm starting to lose focus here. But I'm gonna get some.
I'm not great either.
I'm gonna get some pain meds in a bit, and then we'll be right as rain. Okay, so the town of Hempton, you've been there before, at least once, or at least you know the roads to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a village, and it's not even evening. It's sometime in the afternoon when you arrive. It's clear that this village wasn't put to torch. However, there are some signs of wear and tear of the kobold's presence. Discarded and hewn shields and broken weapons, spears and pitchforks, kind of scattered the muddy terrain around the village itself.
Mm-hmm. And there's supposedly a nicer property.
Yeah. Your father didn't give you the best directions. He just says it's in and around this town, this village. So, that's pretty much all you have to go off of. Certainly, an estate of that size would be would stick out like a sore thumb in this rather quaint village. You don't see any large buildings within the grounds proper. There is a pretty dense woods bordering the village.
Mm.
So there's no signs of battle per se, just like things scattered.
No, nothing recent.
Is this everyone's first time being here?
No.
Varal's gonna nod, I think.
Is there something we should be expecting? Is this supposed to be nobody here, or is it because of the kobolds and the giants? All right, so it's not just because of the giants and the kobolds, then?
I don't know. Yeah.
There are people in the village.
No,
Oh.
they're
Oh,
Sorry, I guess I didn't make that. I thought that was just kind of the standard. Yeah, no, there are signs of small battles, but there are people in the village. It's occupied. My bad.
Voral's gonna be interested if he hears or see any sort of smith.
Okay.
Is this a large enough village that they would have like a way house
Maybe not, but they definitely have some kind of
bar?
some pub of some kind.
Anytime there's more than 3 people in an area.
Wherever people gather, ale houses are quick to follow.
All right. Is this so? Do we know which one is Cataran's house?
I was just gonna get some recon, talk to folks, you know.
All right. Okay. I'm good at talking to folks. Pretty personable.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah. Pretty personable. I think people like me. I mean, people don't say they don't like me, so I'm kind of just assuming that they like me.
I like you.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. If he likes you, if you wanna.
Well, I must say, overall, I don't know much about you, but you are quite pleasant.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you don't know much about Brawl. Although I agree, he is quite pleasant to me.
I'm pleasant with everyone. Well, unless they strike me first, then I'm not so pleasant.
Caddy's gonna take a meaningful glance at your hides and to the scars.
And when you look at the scars, Voral's gonna kind of smirk and say, the ones that strike me first have more than...
Caddy, you also notice, and perhaps the other two do, although I think for both of them this is the first time in the Recluse. Make sure that's plugged in. It's beeping like it's running out of batteries. Sorry. Thank you. You notice that this village, most of the Recluse is multi-species, multiracial, but this one seems to be rather heavy on the humans, and then not so many gnomes, but there are quite a few halflings.
Well, let's hope they're welcoming to half. Jaken, you never really answered if there was a smithy or a blacksmith.
Well, yeah, you definitely... I mean, the village isn't sprawling, so you might hear the clanking of anvils, but from at a distance you can see that it's not someone who forges weapons. It's someone who's putting together barrel hoops and horseshoes.
Yeah, and tools and stuff like that. So Voral is going to look at the other two, Dro and Caddy, and he's going to say, if you don't mind, I'm not much of a speaker, and although I appreciate the gift of this axe, and he's going to just like bring up the wood-splitting axe, he's going to say, I kind of need a real battle axe, so I'm going to go see... Once we enter the village, I'm going to go see if I can get a...
I assume at this point you're at
weapon.
least some ways into the village.
Sure.
Because you guys have been asking about things that you would have to, get visual confirmation on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Can't just
now
press
that
M.
we're like kind of entering the village, Varl's going to say, like, do you mind if I split and try to figure out a way to get a bigger...
Would be good.
Yeah.
See what I did here? Split wood.
Where's the meeting point? Varl looks around. Is the village... Is there any chance of them getting lost in the village? It's too small, eh, Jacob?
It's
There's
pretty
an-
small.
Ale house. We could just agree to meet there.
Yeah. So see you at the hell out.
I mean, you can't spin in 360 and see everything, but it's probably got like no more than 40 buildings.
Yeah. So
And most of them would be like thatch huts.
We'll make a rendezvous at the
ale house.
Hell house.
Okay.
Yep.
So while he's going to the blacksmith, what are the two of you gonna do?
Guess we're going to the ale house.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and let's do a quick vignette with Varol and the blacksmith.
Sure.
So you see a brawny human, younger than most blacksmiths tend to be, and he's currently hammering the shape of a a barrel loop. and he kind of doesn't look up, but he hears you coming, and he says, "Where'd you intersect?" And after hammering on it for a few minutes, he looks at it, and after he seems satisfied, he puts it with a row of about half dozen similar shapes of hoops, and he puts down his hammer, and he's like, "Whoa! Sir, what can I do for you?"
And Varol is gonna like kind of hold up the axe.
Whoa!
Axe, and he's gonna say, "I need a better weapon."
I'm not a weaponsmith. I don't have any inventory.
Do you know where I could find one?
In the Recluse? There may be I mean, the guards must get their weapons from somewhere. We don't have many here. I don't think they'll sell you them. Maybe a count? We don't have a count here. One village over to the northeast is where the count resides.
I'm not sure I'll have time to get there.
Actually, is it an axe you're looking for? Or?
Well, my weapons of choice is usually an axe, a great axe to be precise.
Oh.
But if you have other kinds of weapons that you think would fit my stature, and
yeah, he starts like, he goes underneath one of his workbenches and he pulls a barrel, starts digging through it, and he's like, I got some salvage here, and he pulls out a rather rusted sword. It's got good length, but the tip of it is chipped off, like rather drastically. So it almost has like a V at the end. He says, "We picked this up after the skirmish here a week ago. One of the guards, well, he didn't make it. It's not much to look at. I could polish it up and see if it's still usable. I don't know what I can do about the tip there. Might make a good cleaver.
As long as it's functional, I would be happy with that."
Well, come back in an hour or two and I'll see if I can get this rust off.
Very well.
Okay. He kind of just starts looking it over, and he starts looking around his small workshop to see what he can do.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I hope I can make this into a weapon. And he kind of lays it out on one of his workbenches.
And Varol, being the nice person that he is simply gonna say, "No matter if you succeed or not, I'm gonna make it worth your."
Well, I appreciate it. Alright. At the alehouse, Drosa and Caddy arrive, and Vacla's doing something. He's got the terrible need to find an outhouse, and leaving the two of you alone. There's about half dozen kind of alehouse characters about. The people who would be in an alehouse in the middle of the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
You're old, you're crippled, and you're vagabond. And then there's about 3 employees. One is a actually they're all females. One's much older. She's a red-headed human, and she's running the bar. And then there are 2 barmaids. One's a halfling, one's a human, who are much younger. The human looks to be a teenager, and the halflings may be early 20s.
Are there older, like, halfling folk?
There's a good mix between the few patrons that are here. Maybe half and half of halfling and human. This place will start to fill up once the sun starts to set. Once we hit evening time, I'm sure you're sure more people who are finishing a hard day's work will come here. This is like in most villages like this. This is like the social gathering spot, especially for the men.
Well, yeah. I was just gonna approach an older halfling, like an elderly guy.
Okay. Yeah, there is one such guy. He doesn't look to be of high standing. His clothes need stitches, and his odor needs attention. And he's been staring at this wooden tankard since you guys came in. And when you approach him, he kind of gives you this confused look. Hi.
Looks like everyone's been on hard times lately.
Oh. You don't see many dwarves coming through here.
Oh, that guy?
Well, you haven't seen many dwarves yet. Do you happen to know a man named Caddy?
He spits.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking, right? That's what I was about to ask you about.
So that's a no?
Oh, everybody knows him here. He lives in that old house in the woods. Some bitch.
Yeah, fat lot of good. He did town lately, huh? And then Caddy looks urgently over at Drosan, play cool.
Not recently. It's coming up on 5 years since he... Well, you know.
Yeah, well, duh.
He kind of does this.
Tell the story to the clear foreigner in the room.
All
right.
He kind of perks up, like the notion of having people to interact with has given him a new energy, and he beckons over the one of the barmaids, and he's like, "Some tankards for my friends here."
Allow me to purchase a round for our storyteller. I'll drop some coin.
Now he's real happy, and he chugs the tankard he had in front of him, which didn't have much left in it, and he takes the other one, which is fresh and frothing. He says, "Well, let me tell you about that son of a bitch Caddy." And he's talking directly to Drosan, but he's going to occasionally turn to Caddy for confirmation because he assumes Caddy's a local because she's giving that vibe, and he doesn't seem to care either way. And he says, "Well, everybody knows the story of his grandpappy. But Caddy was he was an idiot. He squandered his family fortune. And in order to go, I guess, make a name for himself, he traveled to Yorkshire. And there's a bunch of stories about what he did in there, but when he came back, it was with a posse of Northmen."
Yeah, those damn Northmen and just Norton things up. Yep. Go on.
Well, they raided a couple villages, and then he came here and they kidnapped the alderman's daughter. Well, anyway, the alderman... what was that?
It's just like them Northmen do, just go around kidnapping people.
Exactly. Anyway, the alderman put out the word, and we started rounding up some boys. We started chasing these Northmen. We sent word ahead of them, and we fired their ships so they couldn't escape. Damn near chased them across creation. I remember that like it was yesterday. Never felt so alive chasing those raiders down. Well, anyway, Caddy eventually had a change of heart, and when it came time to capture them folk, he joined our side and protected the alderman's daughter. But the alderman wasn't going to let him get away scot-free, so he chopped off Caddy's archery hand, the right one. Chopped his hand clean off, and Caddy's been moping about in the estate ever since.
As he rightly should,
As this table has become the most lively, one of the humans leans over and he's like, "Hey, Finley, why don't you tell them about that headless prince?" "Oh, yeah. Since the dwarf ain't from around here, there's a bunch of rumors going around that there's a headless Northman who claims to be the heir to Yorkshire, who's been roaming the Recluse these past few weeks. Right around the time the kobolds showed up. If you ask me, it ain't no goddamn coincidence. Anyway, Cataran came in here, comes by every week or two to get provisions and to mope around, and so we can all jeer at him, as you do. And when he heard wind of this headless prince, well, he turned whiter than a sheet. He started screaming that the headless prince was coming for him. I never seen him run. And he went right back to that estate. No one's heard a peep from him since.
Figured he's holed up there, right?
Yep. I hope the headless prince catches him. That son bitch. Spits again.
Yep, just like them Northmen being headless and all.
I reckon that's not common.
And then you just see Dro like kind of like realize that he's just been adding, like trying to make himself seem not like a Northman.
So yeah, I guess not. Yeah, sorry, just got caught up in the tail.
Yeah, this headless prince, he talks with no head. And of course he's upright and walking about like. And at this point Varol comes into the conversation. People have seen him roaming in the mists of the new morning. He tends to shy away from the sunlight. He'll chat up anybody that comes near him. He says he's the heir to Yakshire, and he's come looking for vengeance and strong bodies to avenge his family or some such. Sounds like who to me, but...
Wait, so people have talked to him?
Yeah, well, not me. Not anyone I know. You know the stories.
Yeah, I know the stories. Yep.
It's been the talk of this region. 3 counties have been all chatting about this headless man walking about, but no one in Hempton has ever seen the lack of him.
Which is exactly why we're not so sure about it ourselves, you know?
Yep. You're Gideon's girl, huh?
Yeah.
I thought I recognized you.
That's a poor bluff.
He was talking about me, so kind of good.
Yeah.
Real hairy, that Gideon's girl.
You know, I went to university for a short while, and Stelholt brought a friend back, showing him around the old stomp grounds, trying to do some good.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Just for fun. Oh, you're just gonna end the conversation? Yeah, I'll make a deception check, but it doesn't really have any consequences, so this is just for fun.
Yeah, I was hoping so. Because I've got a -2.
No, he buys it.
Huh.
That's a 13, yeah. He's like, okay, yeah, well, that sounds correct. I definitely didn't just see her 2 days ago. Or anything. But anyway. Right, so
And then he said Caddy left.
yeah, Caddy's like ducking out of this conversation.
Okay, bye.
So Dro doesn't quite catch on that we're supposed to be ducking out of the conversation. He's like,
So, is there anything else you could tell me about this place? Being new here, I came here because of giant problems that I needed to take care of, and I was just wondering what's going on here.
Well, we got ranchers, we got trappers, and their wives. We need ranching, trapping. We got hides, furs, game meat, milk, wool. You know.
Okay. All right. This Cataran, I know we could keep going back to him, just kind of curious. I want to make sure I don't fall into the lot with someone that's not liked by the town. Don't want to be seen with the wrong crowd. Definitely don't want to be seen with Northmen, tell you that much. You say he had a change of heart.
Well, that's the reason he's alive.
Well, is there anything that happened that maybe made him change his heart?
I wasn't privy to it when we had that skirmish with the Northmen. I just heard a couple boys found him. He had been protecting the alderman's daughter. And honestly, if it weren't for the fact that Cataran had killed 2 more Northmen himself, they probably would have run him through. But he surrendered right quick. That's when the alderman passed judgment on him.
Speaking of which, is that sort of thing kind of common? Is it normal?
For people to run off to join Northmen and come back and raid their own people?
No. I meant the chopping of the hand. Is it normal for like punishments to be so severe? I just want to make sure, like, in case being not from here and definitely not from the north, I just want to make sure that if I do something wrong, I don't get my hand chopped off. That would be not nice.
Well, in the decades I've been alive, that's the harshest punishment I've seen. But if you ask me, Cataran got off cleaner than he should have.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
But he won't be following the footsteps of the family. He ain't ever gonna pick up a bow again. So I guess
They cut off his leg as well.
no. You can shoot with your foot.
And he's just gonna look confused for like a couple of seconds.
Okay, well, it's nice meeting you, Finley, was it?
He raised Stinker like, yeah, that's me.
All right, well, just anything else you could tell me about this place? Well, any cool, or not cool, well, he might say cool because of his climate. Any cool places go here in town?
This is the spot.
Okay. Well, all right, you're right. Is this alderman, is he, does he have a name other than this alderman?
I don't know, does he? Couldn't just let well enough lie.
Well, we could just say that he tells him his name. I mean, we can always just gloss over it.
Yeah, he tells you his name and we gloss over it.
Sweet. All right then. Well, hopefully, I see you again sometime soon. It was nice talking to you, and
I like generous friends. You come by any time. And he raises
right.
the paid-for drink.
You just gave him permission to effectively name the alderman something real dumb.
I'm right with it.
And of course, you know, if I actually, I do have another question. As he's like turning back, do you hear where they apparently see this headless Northman? Do you know maybe where? Just in case, so I avoid it. Definitely wouldn't want to go talk to some dirty Northmen. That's for sure.
There's rumors around this county, the county to the north, and the county to the northeast.
Okay.
But again, nobody I know has ever actually seen this thing. I think it's just I think somebody had a little bit too much to drink, and now you know how rumors start.
Yep, definitely know how to rumors start. Yep. Been involved with many rumors. Yep.
You one of them
And then
miscreants?
I don't think so. No, I just.
All right, well, no judgment here. When he takes
Okay.
a big drink.
And then he's just go, all right, well, I guess I'll go and find my friend. Bye. And he's going to turn around, realizing that his just trying to agree didn't maybe work out as well as it should have. But as soon as he kind of makes eye contact with Caddy and Veral, he's just going to be like, double thumbs up. Because he thinks he did immaculate.
Yeah.
All right, I assume
all
you guys
done
have
that
found a
better.
quiet corner of the alehouse.
Oh, I'm going outside.
Okay, that's better.
There's no quiet corner in an alehouse.
Well, there's only there's 10 people in there.
Yeah, but it's a small town.
That's true. And they're all old, so they have to talk real loud to hear each other.
Dro will follow, and just before he leaves, he's just gonna call it to nobody. He's like, "Well, gonna be going now. Definitely not to go deal with no Northmen. That tell you what." And then he's just gonna leave.
Okay.
Well, lucky for you, that wasn't alive. We've got to find this guy out on the estate. I got a hunch that we can get something from him. I'm not sure what. Mostly, I just need to figure out what on earth is going on with that whole situation. Why on earth I was supposed to talk to him in the first place?
I thought we were talking to him because he could make an arrow to kill a dragon. Is that not what we're here for?
Well, there's not really a promise that he can do that. From what I understand, he's kind of a disappointment.
Just because you're a disappointment doesn't mean you can't do stuff.
You know, it's like the Hank Williams line. Nah, I'm sure it'll... That's a good joke, y'all. Come on.
Yeah, that was a good joke.
But
I didn't get it.
But whether or not...
Sorry.
Whether or not he can do it, it's more a matter... If he doesn't know how, maybe he kept some of his grandpappy stuff on how to do it.
All right. Yep. And I mean, it might also be in our best interest to go and try and find out this headless.
Oh yeah, no, that'll probably, because it sounds like some sort of hooey that would be involved with everything else.
Your uncle?
What?
Your Uncle Huey.
Yeah.
I just thinking that maybe if we go and deal with this headless prince, then we could use that as leverage, and this Cataran would be more inclined to help us and give us the information if should he have it.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so you guys gonna head into the woods?
Yes, into the woods.
Oh no. All right, you go into the woods. Despite, I mean, this is a fairly dense forest, but just upon kind of entering the trees, there's a small, poorly used footpath, and you guys see a clearing in the denseness of this rather large, very dilapidated, it looks abandoned estate. It's the middle of it is 2 stories, and then it has kind of like 1-story wings, and then there's an iron fence where several parts of it have fallen down that kind of marks this perimeter that's up against the tree line. And within the yard, there's a large tree, and around it are some moss-covered gravestones. You guys can approach the gate, or you can try to just cross over one of the fallen lines of defense.
Oh, let's just walk up to the front door.
Okay.
So Caddy's just gonna like immediately start like crawling over stuff.
I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say that our dwarf boy has the highest passive perception.
Probably.
What is it?
I think it's only 14, but just give me a
Did you say
quick.
14?
I think so. I just want to double check. I can't remember if I have proficiency in perception
13
or not.
over here.
Yeah, so it's 14.
Okay. Who is leading the pack? Is that you, Caddy?
Probably.
Okay.
If we're not expecting a fight, I think she would be, and if we're expecting a fight, I would be.
Well, this is her turf, so I'd reckon she'd be leading. Especially since Drosan doesn't seem like the guy to lead from the front, and Varol is probably just kind of falling around like a dog. So, Caddy, you're atop a skew, and you feel a skew kind of stumble as he trips on a wire. Make a dexterity save.
Luckily, I am good at dexterity.
Yeah. So the iron gate is in an archway, and on the side of the arch facing the house, there was this this iron half circle that's perfectly aligned with the gate. So it kind of meets at a point in the middle, and it is spiked, almost like one half of a bear trap. And when that tripwire goes, it drops and kind of
Closes, falls,
falls.
snaps.
Yeah, but it's on hinges, so it kind of like pendulums down towards
Okay.
you. You see it coming, and you duck. And fortunately, it's not designed to harm someone the size of a boar. So you basically kind of fall to the side of a skew, and the spikes harmlessly pass, just grazing the hairs on the back of a skew, before kind of stopping at the having moved 180 degrees.
Well, you sure don't like visitors. Oh, I understand why. Okay, because he was worried about being chased down. Yeah, all right. Well, let's approach with caution.
Okay.
I have a great joke I want to say, but Dro wouldn't say it. So he's just going to nod and just continue on.
It's about the headless, whatever.
No, it was about that being our arch nemesis, but
Oh.
Minus 50 DKP. I almost swallowed my cough drop. Alright, since you guys are being vigilant, give me investigation checks. Or you guys can have one person do it with advantage.
One person should do it with advantage.
Who's the
is
best?
Is Caddy still in the lead? Because if she's still in the lead, then I'll.
Okay, so Caddy, you want to make an investigation check with advantage?
Sure. Oh,
Okay. Unfortunately, despite having only one hand, it seems that Cataran is quite skilled at hiding traps. And Askew.
So he's.
I
Sorry,
don't want. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
what is he underhanded?
I was going to say, or handy.
God damn it. Askew steps on a bear trap.
No.
Yeah.
Oh dear lord.
So this kind of trap, there's no save. It's just going to be you either detect it or damage. So Askew is going to take some piercing damage. You got Askew's sheet handy?
Yeah. It's right here.
All right. Askew takes 10 piercing damage. And it'll be an athletics check, or actually, yeah, we'll just call it a pure strength check to free him, or to have him free himself. Higher
Oh,
DC.
that I can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, ah!
And Askew is just like, squealing and tugging at it.
So a strength save or a pure strength roll?
Just an unskilled strength check. The unskilled are at the bottom of the skills tab.
Yep. Anybody assisting me for advantage? Maybe Dro?
Yeah, I mean,
Or-
this is something that someone could assist on. So Drogue gets one end, Varol gets the other. Alright. You have
Oh, I
advantage.
forgot to put the advantage.
Okay, just roll
Damn it,
again.
I asked for advantage and I forget.
We'll just roll again.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20, you guys pry it open, and Askew is free. However, Askew is starting to kind of panic.
Yeah, I'm gonna set Askew like outside of the gate.
Okay, you're gonna just let him loose. He
And be
runs to
like-
safety. I mean, he's well trained.
We'll be back. Yeah.
So he kind of runs to safety, and then just kind of like pants and like kind of like nurses, or like huddles around its
injured
wounded leg. Okay, so now you are Askewless. You want to make
Yeah.
another investigation check at advantage because of help?
I'm
Uh,
gonna
before
kill
we-
this handless man.
Whoa, hang on, Dro, go ahead, because you were saying
Before we move on, as kind of like Skew being sent back, Dro's going to put a hand on Kenny and say, "It's all right, I believe in you." And he's going to cast Resistance. So for the next minute, you'll have a D4 on the saving throw.
on one saving throw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
While I'm at it, I'm gonna spend a spell slot. I've got extras of those. It's a second level spell. Pass without trace. Do I need to throw that up?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have that to memory, so I wouldn't mind if you threw that up.
All right. I think I just have to hit this.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought it did, but given the circumstances, I thought it might have something to do with traps.
Nah, I'm just gonna try and sneak us all in here.
All right, everybody, go ahead and make stealth checks and add 10. Well, we can add 10 to the result, and that'll be your end total. Oh, and since we need to explain where Vakal is, he stayed in town to learn more about the Headless Prince. So that's a 20.
26 for Varol.
26 for Varol,
Oh,
22 for Caddy, 16 for Drosen.
He did, every couple of steps, Dro's just like, "Is it a trip? Is it a trip? Is it a trip? Is it a trip?"
and then investigation with advantage.
Yep.
The first step that Varol takes that make no noise, Varol actually is surprised by himself. And then the second step, he makes no noise. He's like, "This is magical."
It is. Caddy, you see that about 10 feet from the edge of the house, is a very well concealed, very shallow trench that's been dug. And upon investigating the trench with like a stick or something, so it's about a foot deep and filled with wooden stakes.
Punji sticks.
Well, they're not covered in feces as punji sticks normally are. But if someone stepped into this, they would have a problem walking after that. Yeah.
So is this more like a leg breaker?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
How wide across is this trench?
The trench itself is about 18 inches wide and a foot deep, and it seems to extend around the perimeter like a moat almost.
Yeah.
Once you're aware of it, though, you can find some debris and like create like a bridge over it. Although even you can step over 18 inches.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we could probably step over or climb up on Varol and let him step over.
So you guys clear the trench, and that brings you up pretty much up against the house.
Cool. Is there like a side door?
You guys have been approaching pretty directly, so if there is, you haven't seen it. It's a large building. You come upon two large, like a big set of double doors that has like iron adornments. The wood is starting to look a little faded. The iron is a little rusted. And one of the tall windows, the panels pop open, and it's completely dark inside, and you can kind of make out the shape of a humanoid. And he says, "That's close enough."
You know that much still? Okay, fine.
Oh, okay. Is it just... We're just here to talk to you, Caddy, assuming you're Caddy. We've heard about this headless Northman, and we all hate Northmen here. Damn dirty Northmen.
You hurt my pig!
Yeah, you also heard a pig.
Well, if you had told me you're coming, I would have told you about the traps. You aren't headless. Go ahead and make a persuasion check, Drosan.
Huzzah. Persuasion. Something Dro is super, super good at.
Hey, we all are good at it if we put our minds to it. You just didn't put your mind to it.
Your story seems damn convenient. So tell me why you're here for real.
First of all, how the hell are we supposed to tell you we're coming up here? There ain't exactly a bell.
Well, I figured after the first trap you would have said something or pissed off.
Yeah, that's kind of a good point he has there. I mean, could have just yelled. Alright, you have a good point. We're here because you're our only hope, and we're hoping that maybe you could teach us some stuff.
How'd your dad slay the dragon?
Ben Cataran.
Grand.
That's a name he hasn't heard in a long time. Dragon?
Yeah.
So he kind of leaves the window, and then there's a beat, and then one of the double doors opens. Get in, quick!
Shuffles inside.
Yeah. Seems safe enough.
There's like awkward clanging of stuff.
Once the three of you are inside, he slams the door, and you see him. There is a middle-aged, he's past his prime, halfling.
Talk about it.
With two patches of like gray streaks through his brown hair. He doesn't look like he really cares about hygiene. He shaves just enough to the point where he's a guy who doesn't like a beard, but he's got like really patchy stubble. And his right hand is completely missing, and in his left hand he's holding a hand crossbow. And he's wearing worn leather armor that's seen better days and doesn't seem to have been kept up. It's cracked and kind of peeling. And he's like braced up against the door. And then he rushes over to the window and he closes it, but he doesn't stop peering out of it. He's like, "So, what? Tell me quick. What's this about this dragon?"
Well, the dragon's back. We need to kill it. apparently useless according to everyone I've ever spoken to, but your grandpappy had some way to handle it, so we need your help now, I guess.
Ugh, typical.
Oh, is it? Is this just the day in the life of Cataran?
You think it's easy being the grandson of Jacoby?
Well, no, I meant is the dragons showing up on your doorstep just a day in the life of...
What dragon?
Okay.
I mean, I heard a rumor.
There's an actual dragon. Do you not look at what I'm wearing? You think I'm just... You think I wear knockoffs?
I don't know you.
Do I look like I am all about image? Seriously, if I'm wearing these are real scales.
So it looks like you already killed one. Good job. What do you need me for?
No, we haven't. That's the problem. This stuff's super. This is vintage. We need to. How did you not see the dragonfly overhead? The kobolds harassing town. The giants marching on every shore.
I mean, I heard about it, but I don't really give a rat's ass.
Because you're all trapped here in your estate, right? Totally safe.
I'm sorry. Let me get the servants to tidy up the place.
Well,
Servants! Oh, no, wait.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, you're a coward and you're sat here by yourself instead of doing anything.
He kind of like, not like aims at you, but kind of like points the hand crossbow in your direction. I'm not a coward. I fought plenty, but I'm done fighting.
Yeah, we heard about that.
Yeah, you fought them damn dirty Northmen. Yep. Don't like them Northmen. Nope.
But once again, not breaking eye contact with his missing hand.
Well, I've never seen a Northman dwarf, but you look like one.
Yeah, well, that's not true. You look like a Northman dwarf.
Sure. What's your story, big guy? Nice tusks.
Well, there's not much to it. I was raised by humans, back in the human lands.
Oh, let me stop right there. I don't care.
I like to fight. That's all you need to know.
Okay, so let me put it all together. Dragon, you guys want my grandfather's arrows? Yeah.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice. Or at least, if you don't have the arrows themselves, at least the technique to make them.
Oh, he didn't make them. I have no idea where they came from.
Oh. Okay. Well, then the arrows. Yep, that's exactly what we want.
Okay, well, yeah. Here, real quick. Hold my hand crossbow so I can give you my family heirlooms. You know, the last possessions I have of any value. No, wait, I'm not gonna do
Dro
that.
extends his hand.
Maybe let us look at them, or I don't know.
There's 3 of you and one-handed me, and
yeah, we could take them. I'm offering to just look.
And then he kind of peeks back out the window, and then he stops, and he goes white as a sheet. And then he just kind of starts to shake uncontrollably, and he goes, "By the gods, he's here."
Yeah,
The dragon?
Do you guys look out the window?
Look out the window.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
will. I mean,
You see what would normally be a statuesque human, covered in really finely made leather and armor and chain, with a big shawl over his shoulders, and nothing above it. In fact, emanating from the stump where his neck used to be, there's this faint, pale green glow. And this headless man is holding a sword, and he's walking through the gate, and he kind of moves the trap out of the way that you already triggered. And Cataran is just kind of like slams up against the wall, and he's like, "All right, I'll tell you what. I'll give you every damn arrow that my grandfather had left if you get rid of that guy.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a deal. Like, I kind of wanted to kill you, but this works.
A voice seems to just kind of come out of this headless creature, and it says, Catherine! I've come to enact vengeance!
You're not afraid of this guy, eh? It's just illusions, right? It's why it's great glowing. Come on,
Can I get a good look at it to see if it seems like an illusion?
I think that would be a perception check. Give me a perception check.
Yeah, most of them require perception or investigation, something of what that like.
Joyce is 100% believing it is illusion based on the previous day.
Caddy, seems real.
Well, that seems like a real solid guy. Hey, if he's let's all step outside.
Show yourself, coward! Don't make me burn down this garbage place.
We're coming. She points at Counter. Stay here, I guess. You're used. All right. Draw.
Catherine isn't moving.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys open the door and step out.
Yeah, but like close it behind us.
His shoulders.
And you mentioned my name. Did you want me to?
The three of you are going out to confront the headless man. The shoulders of the headless man tilt to the side, and he raises his long sword and points it at you, and he says, "You're not who I expected to find here."
Now, these are supposed to be Northmen. Draw, can you try to talk to him?
All right, it's a nice trick you're doing, but just take off that magical mask, and we can just talk like normal. And
with one hand, he does this and passes through, and does like this where his head should be.
Oh, I was just assuming he's.
You'll have to forgive me. I left my head where it fell.
And where exactly is it?
My father's keep. Bring out Catherine, so I may exact justice. Actually,
well, it sounds like you just got defeated.
He starts lowering his sword. You three look capable.
Yep. Capable. That's what I tell people. Very capable.
Capable's an exaggeration.
What's your relation to Catachan?
Huh? Oh, you could kill him. We don't. I just want some stuff of his.
I mean, I'd prefer if he didn't kill him. That's not very nice, but.
Yeah.
Catherine peeks his head out and says just loud enough for you guys to hear, "Those arrows are hidden. If you want them, you gotta do as I say. Get rid of them."
He's got some stuff I want, really. It's not a huge deal.
He betrayed my cousin many years ago.
Yeah, no, we heard about that. Y'all kind of kidnapped somebody, though, so I would say that's quid pro quo.
Can I attempt to speak to him in Northman?
If you know the language, certainly.
I mean, I put down common. I didn't know that it was divided between Northman and blah, blah, blah.
We didn't go over that? Oops.
Yeah.
I assume common would be Eastman, because that's what the party speaks.
Okay. Okay, well, let's say Dwarven is his first language then.
Okay, well, we kind of need stuff from him, but I definitely don't want him to die, and I kind of don't want to fight you, because, seems like you have pretty cool magic, make yourself look like you don't have a head. So is there something we could do that's not killing Keterin, that we could maybe come to agreement?
He takes his sword and he kind of lays the flat of it on his shoulder, and again, projecting out this voice, says, "There is something I could use capable warriors for."
Right, it's going to be...
If you will travel to Yagshir, enter the keep of my late father, King Nithandir, and kill Volundir the Smith, and rescue my sister, I will forgive this. coward.
You what?
And
No,
I will
gosh.
sweeten the deal. I will give you my ring and my father's axe.
I want the axe.
God, why can't we just
How far?
handle these people?
How
Use-
far is the?
Yeah, where is it?
You guys are on the map, right?
Yep.
You guys in the Recluse? Yeah, sure.
Oh, it's literally right below where my character sheet is. Haha.
I'll go ahead and show the audience. So that red circle is the party. For those of you who haven't figured that out, Yagshir is this island to the north.
Okay. Well, as much as I'd like to do that, that's going to take too much time. We kind of have some giants to fight. So, is there anything else we could do? Maybe that's more immediate, like.
If it's giants you seek to slay, you may want to take my offer. The family axe is a giant slayer.
I want it more.
My thinking is this: we really need these arrows, and we need to get them in a timely manner. We could waste a lot of time on this mission, and you may or may not kill the guy we need stuff from, or we can just kind of let you do that. We can use some magic our friend has to look for the specific item we need from the guy anyway. Take it and leave, and not have to do everything you just asked us to do.
What magic are we talking about?
Oh, the friend with the map?
Oh, okay. So we'd have to go back to Steelholm?
He knows to come here. He's on the way.
Okay. Is he going to be here soon?
It's gonna take like a week to handle this guy's problems.
Not
Okay.
so.
Okay. Is it? Why wouldn't it take a week? I honestly don't know how far Yegshire is from here. I'm kind of new to these parts. Definitely not a Northman.
He's still keeping up that facade poorly.
From the south, actually.
Yep.
It is not a long boat ride to my father's keep of Offenborg.
Alright, now I gotta go there.
That seems like it's on the opposite end of where it is, so that seems like a boat ride.
Or a really long walk.
And
Only
the-
we had eagles.
And the demon Volundir has killed all of the guards. It is a simple matter of going in and killing him. There are no warriors of Yagshir who will take up my cause. Do you
Why not?
They see me as a cursed man, headless.
Well, yeah.
And
so do we.
Volundir has made a reputation of being the curse bringer.
Yeah.
I-
Just not.
Okay. So, how long would it take to get to this castle?
Well, I'd have to count hexes. But you guys can travel 25 hexes by sea a day.
How many hexes could we travel by giant eagle? And this is a legit question because I realized I could summon giant eagles.
Okay, well, by boat you can get to Offenborg in a day. Because it's to be 250 miles by sea a day. If you had a large enough ship. If you rode there, obviously, it would take you many days. By eagle? I haven't the foggiest. Probably faster? Question mark? I reckon a bird travels faster than a ship.
Yeah, but
Yep.
it's a burden for.
But you'd also be carrying people. That might slow you down.
Are these African eagles or
European seagull.
high five?
And are they carrying a coconut?
An unburdened swallow versus birds. Nah, I'm out of character. Locate object is a ranger spell, which I've acquired. So I was just kind of like, I'm gonna look for arrows in his house and take all of them. Was kind of my thought process.
Joel's going to look at the headless man and says, yeah, just give it a second here. We're just going to confer real quick. And he's going to, like, huddle, which is very lopsided, so we just
just
hug
before you get the huddle, this headless prince seems quite keen on acquiring your services, and so he's like,
What's the ring for?
oh, you gonna say that? Okay.
Yeah.
So
you
he
said
says,
to get your ring. Like, why?
the ring I was wearing, or actually I wasn't wearing it, was made by Volunder. He was a renowned Northman ringsmith.
Oh, but we hate them, Northmen.
I am a Northman.
Yeah.
Damn it.
don't-
He says it has magical properties. I was not wearing it when he killed me.
Yeah. I mean, you.
If
did.
you do this, not only will you get my ring, my father's axe, but you will also avenge the king of
My
Yagshir. My people will be very grateful.
Grateful enough to fight a dragon.
Varal kind of says it with a smirk, because he's not going to abandon the party, so you can tell he's being, like, it's a joke, although it's rare that he makes joke, but he's going to say, you know, with the axe and the fighting, he pretty much already sold me.
Okay. If we do accept your task, what kind of guarantee is it that we're not going to just kill this man by the time we get back?
Yeah, and hey, you. Caddy like knocks on the door.
If you take my offer, I will swear on my sister's still beating heart that I will not kill this sniveling halfling.
Yeah. Hey, sniveling half.
I'm not sniveling.
Can we get look? That isn't even up for debate. Can we get our payment for him leaving you alone before we head out, or do we have to trek back here?
You gotta trek back here, no halvesies.
Just to make you good on your word. Halvesies. We could just
You don't
kill
need
you and
dragon killing arrows to go kill an evil blacksmith.
No, but I'd like to have them instead of making the trip back here. We need to head to the marshes.
Well, maybe we do. Maybe he's a dragon. You don't know that.
Oh my god. Oh my gods. Listen, he
What if I
goes
give you
away
some money?
permanently. You get arrows. Wait, how much money?
Oh god, I don't know.
That's all on
Yeah.
you, because I'm pretty certain Varal and Dro
are.
have. Yeah.
Have
Caddy's
bupkis?
like starts like rifling through her bag. She's like, I got 7 silver. I want a couple platinum.
Couple platinum. These are legendary heirlooms known throughout the land.
All right, how about a few platinum?
Bite me. I've
And
given you my
90
turn.
gold.
I've given you 90 gold. I couldn't pay off one bar tab with 90 gold.
Where are you drinking and where? can I
Everywhere.
go?
I've given you my terms. He goes away forever. You get the arrows.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I've been extra hydrating because of my condition. I need to use the bathroom. I can't wait 20 minutes. So you guys can carry on, but I have to be right back.
Okay.
Okay,
Will?
just before we leave, Caddy's gonna pull the equivalent of pulling like pennies out of her bag and throwing them at him like a cheapskate.
So back to the huddle. I guess we could do this out of character. I mean, he would be saying it in character, but do we think the thing I'm hesitant? Do we think we could take the headless guy? That's my one like.
Okay, are we out of character or in character? Because out of character, I'm not sure. In character, Varal never backs down from a channel. Everything is thinkable.
Out of character, I'm like, probably not. In character, my approach is like, if we couldn't take the headless guy, we're not going to be able to take out the guy who killed him.
Well,
But he was human before. Now he's undead? Question mark. I mean, Dro still thinks he's just a guy with magic.
Like
That's
a mask, yeah.
yeah.
And-
Old
and to
man
be-
Withers.
And to be fair, like if you surprise
Ruh-roh.
someone and like cut their throat off, like no matter how strong they are, it's kind of a surprise.
Yeah, but I, you know,
Okay, so I guess this would also be kind of in character. So, do we think we could take the hit of this guy? He's kind of, I mean, he just seems to be a normal guy with some magics, but just because if we think we could take him, I guess we just kill him. But also, don't we want to help people?
we want to help everyone, and this is kind of distracting from that. I have an idea. Caddy turns to the headless guy, and he's like, all right, how were you defeated, might I ask? Honorably or inhonorably?
He seems paused. He has no face, so he can't emote. But since you're talking in his second language, he's trying to determine if inhonorably is the correct usage of that combination of modifiers and word. And he finally says, "Inhonorably. My brother and I went to confront. Perhaps you would be more keen to follow my cause if I told you the tale of my family's downfall."
Yep, that certainly would help.
My father, Nithander, king of Yagshir, heard that Volundr the smith in the north was the finest ringsmith in all the land. In all the northern realms. Unfortunately, Volundr was a drunkard and a bastard. He did not know honor, and he claimed he had married an angel who had flown off to rejoin her gods. And so, my father decided to capture him. This may sound strange to you southerners, but in north, this is normal.
Yep, I can pick that up. Yep.
My father brought him to the keep, but we did not know how evil this man was. My father offered to make him rich to make the family rings, and he did so, including my own. But, using some vile contraption, some hexing potion, he took my sister to bed. When she realized that she had been under the influence of some concoction, she came to myself and my brother, Slagfitter, and we confronted him. Say something funny?
It's in chat.
Oh,
Sorry.
God damn it, guys. Derail me, why don't you?
It's certainly on task. I'm sorry.
Great, thank you.
I said rah rah Rasputin lover of the Northern Queen.
Someone's not a Bonnie M fan.
Can I continue?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. When Slugfitter and I went to confront him, he gave us poisoned drink. Though I had refused, my brother began to choke, and Volundr came behind me with garrote and severed my head. He puts his hand where his neck used to be.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
then
pretty dishonorable.
I then awoke in a sea of bodies. I found that my father had been slain, my brother raised as a draugr. And all of our...
you a dragon.
Draugr. Not a drac. All of our servants had been raised as the living dead, to serve Volundr. My sister, Behild, is his captive. She bears his child, and I must see her saved. But I am cursed. I cannot set foot in my father's keep. And that is when I went looking for warriors. When I could find none in my homeland, I traveled south, hoping that you Eastmen had stomach for combat and justice. Now I am beset by mercenaries, it seems.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, I'm not a mercenary, just someone up for revenge.
Yeah, but
Then you can understand my plight. I seek not only vengeance, but to free my sister from captivity. Is this cause not noble enough for you?
No, this sounds, unfortunately, it sounds exactly like our cup of tea.
I gotta say, it's quite surprising that all this started because this evil blacksmith took your sister to bed. I mean, when I'm tired, I want someone to take me to bed. So, I mean, it kind of just seems like he was trying to do something nice and then kind of freaked out about it.
All right, Truce. Well, you know what? We'll talk about this later. You can talk to my dad, actually. He's got a felt board and everything.
Okay, sounds good. Can't wait to meet him again.
Yeah, you know what? We'll take you up on it. And you've made the promise. I mean, assuming your sister's still alive, that you won't harm this cowardly man here.
Very well. He starts to approach.
I do have an addendum that I wish to add. I don't trust the halfling, so it's part of the deal between the two of you, and he's going to look towards the headless man in front of him, or pretending to be a headless man in front of him, and the halfling behind him. He's going to stay with you until we get your turn. That way you don't just scamper off. And
I would
that
have
way
it no other way. And then you just hear the halfling start cursing.
Yeah, that's really good. All right. I guess we're off to go to stop a blacksmith.
In my land, when heroes such as yourself take quest, there are oaths sworn.
Well, that's nice.
You can see him kind of sink, like, damn it. He's like, well, I am Prince Egil.
Prince Egil? What?
Egil? In life I was a prince, but perhaps that means nothing to you Eastmen.
I am a Northman, just to be safe.
I should tell you one thing. When my father captured Volunder, he had him hamstrung. And yet this cripple is not to be underestimated.
Well, so I guess taking your sister to bed took a lot out of him then. So now I'm very confused. Why is this so studied? Was the hamstring before or after
He takes his sword and drives it into the ground, and then he says, "No more about my sister."
That's definitely fair.
All right. Did I see something wrong? Just very confused here. I guess it's time to go then. And then he's going to start walking.
Yeah. I guess we're all headed out
Yep.
to see the ring bearer.
Alright, I take it you guys want to head north and find a village or town, or a village. There are no towns.
Before that, we're also gonna go back to the blacksmith and just make sure if he has a cleaver or not.
Okay, yeah. He's polished it as best he can. It's not in great condition, but serviceable. It will be a long sword. However,
All the
I don't know where you want to write this. If you roll a natural 1 on an attack check with it, it'll basically, yeah, that's the end. It'll break.
Okay, sure. I'll keep that in mind. Same stats as a longsword.
Yeah, same stats. Just if you roll a nat 1 on attack, it is no longer a longsword.
Okay. How much? Overall, I was gonna ask him how much that would cost him, basically, and the blacksmith might not say a whole lot. But
Yeah, he just kind of shrugs and says, well, I didn't make the sword. I just polished it. A silver?
sure.
He takes it. He's like, good luck. I hope it, I hope it doesn't let you down.
I guess we're then going to find a ship.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna expedite things here, just because I want to. I think we're gonna be starting to wrap up this session. So, in the event that new guy won't be with us next week, hopefully we'll have a full complement of regulars. Once you guys get a ship, Viral is going to break off from the pack here. And you guys find a trading ship that makes regular runs to Offenburg. Actually, they usually go to Wighofen, but with a little extra coin, you can extend the trip to Offenburg. And yeah, it'll take you a day to get there. So they'll leave the first thing in the morning. So actually, they'll probably leave before first light in the morning. So you guys arrange passage. They'll probably take you all and make the extra journey for 3 gold. So if someone wants to pony up the cash.
Yeah, that'll be me. I've got it.
That's good. I don't exactly have any gold coins, so kind of.
I'm assuming we're gonna have met up with.
Yeah. So with whatever party composition we have next week, you all board the ship, and you set sail across the Rostriga Ocean.
Yeah.
And where we'll end the session is Caddy and Drosan and 2 other individuals, hopefully Romulus and Vaclo, staring off the bow as you come upon the village of Offenburg underneath the mountain keep. So it's like this mountainside village of Northmen as you come up and you kind of see the keep covered in a thick cloud, as it's pretty high up in the mountain, and somewhere within is Volunder the Smith, and you guys will face him next session. So we're gonna end a little bit early, just because I wanted to kind of wrap that all up in a nice bow, and that felt like a natural stopping point for tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope everybody had a good time. We will be back next week. Hopefully we'll have the original cast, not that we don't mind having you new guy.
As always, I always wish you had the full cast, but I definitely enjoy being.
Well, we appreciate having you. And yeah, so everybody, we will see y'all on the 9th? The 9th. With more Dire Roll Fire and Blade. Everybody have a good night, have a good week. And that should have been how I ended it, but I paused as if I had more to say, and I don't. So, bye!
See ya.